Give it a bit to see
button.
some gringo. And we have a fresh session of the Boarside Bunch. Potentially the third and final session of Songs of Offense.
Isn't this the fourth one?
Yeah, it's the fourth one.
Shut up. It's the third one.
Oh, I can't read or count.
This may be the final session, depending. Last time, the party finally solved the Knoll issue just as it became a bigger issue. And, some other things, including a staff of bones and whatnot, and constant, incessant, never-ceasing screaming. The party then went to bed, still not having really decided what to do about the troll, and the love letter, and the girl that is hoping desperately to meet her true love, because obviously, love will go past appearances, beyond races. He may also just be a cursed prince. I mean, how else could he sing so beautifully? But we start off our day with 2 wisdom saves. One from Victina, one from Clued.
Ah, of course.
Why?
Oh,
Refresh
actually,
my memory. Why?
Oh, actually, also one for Krasari.
My.
You're in the same bedroom as Victina.
Hey.
That's a good start to the session. 220s.
It's not bad. It's good to get rid of him early.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
And the day begins. It's pretty bustling down in the bar. There's definitely a lot of noise coming through the hallways and the doors. There is a scent of just basic things being boiled together. Alcohol too, so that's not bad. And yeah, did you guys go to sleep in the room with the dead Knoll, or did you actually get rid of the body?
I'm going to assume we got rid of the body first.
Unfortunately, there was no way to fill up the window that was smashed through.
Well, we can stuff the Knoll into the window.
If you'd asked nicely, I could have had Archimedes just stand in the window.
We could have skinned the Knoll.
I think it's going to take some time before that's going to be usable hide.
I mean, just to block the window, to keep it warm inside.
What time of year is it actually?
You are currently in summer. It's not bad.
Yeah,
although
I think
Raxus is a temperate climate, it doesn't get too hot. However, you are closer to the border of Jurat, so it's like a degree or two higher.
Yeah, so it's probably fine. It'll just be basically just like sleeping in a much more solid walled tent. It's not an issue. It should not be an issue for the ranger and the hardy paladin, though I can't say for everyone else.
Well, Victina is planning out their day because she's assuming at this rate that somebody has talked to the girl and confirmed that she still wants the note delivered to the troll.
That's kind of up to Blank, isn't it?
Yeah, right. We did wait for Blank to talk to her.
What a great idea. He's so reliable.
Yep.
I mean, he's just moved up to a window.
Well, Blank and... I keep forgetting how the night boy is called.
Night boy, yeah, Darren. Garen.
Good job.
I forget it as well.
Well done.
So is Blank ever going to talk to her and confirm that she wants the note delivered?
I guess I have to.
Yeah, you do.
Clue, come with me.
I never even read the letter. I guess I'll come.
Oh yeah, Clued?
Well-
Arm's still very numb. You have a bit of feeling around the shoulder, and you sort of jostle it yourself, but you're not getting anything down to the elbow or below.
Maybe I should still keep it tied up just in case.
In case it stabs you again.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a pretty good reason to keep it tied up.
Well, I don't know. Wasn't it kind of protecting you by using the shield?
Yeah,
it did help you
helps
out
now.
then.
Yeah, it helped a little bit, but then, stab, stab.
I suppose it's mostly self-preservation.
Yeah, it doesn't want to kill me.
Except it almost did.
By accident.
It just wants to kill Blank.
As long I'll keep it tied up. I'll wear like a cool cloth over it too, like I'm, mysterious one-armed man.
Sure. You do so. Well done.
I'm
Congrats.
so cool.
Well, it's up to you guys to do something. Come on.
Yeah, no, I'm just following Blank.
Yeah, Blank's forgotten he's on push to talk.
No, he hasn't said anything.
Okay.
We're going.
Raider is just trying to avoid
The talk.
everything. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what I'm stalling to think of what I would say.
You could just
Troll's a
ask.
troll.
You basically get to
That's
hear
like
as you're just looking at the door, Blank, you hear from behind you, from Clue, just as he is fighting hand-to-hand combat with himself. His hands just keep on slapping away the cloth and trying to be bound up.
No, I'm me.
Scissors. Paper, fuck you, you lose. Alright, we'll give Blank more time to...
I think she knows he's a troll, right? She heard that?
Yeah, you guys, that's the only thing you really said about it was, it's a troll that's singing, yes.
Mhm. So Blank, why don't you just knock on her door?
Tina says, while holding the staff with a skull on it, rattling away constantly.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
Oh
Yeah.
no, you see, she's gonna stay in the bedroom, but she will ask Garen quite politely if he can get her some breakfast and a morning glass of wine.
The fact that the sunlight hasn't come into the room at that point
Yeah.
lends it a small, weird air. She's sitting on the bed, holding the staff, watching you enter, and then requesting.
Sure,
Right.
I'll get it after my morning exercises.
Thank you. I'm just saying, I don't want to take this out into the main room because, for obvious reasons, it might cause some discomfort.
It's fucking watching you, Garen.
We also have
Sure.
a skin suit walking about somewhere.
Oh, he's
Sorry.
outside by the tree. He hasn't moved since.
Yeah, he's hiding in the bushes exactly where I left him. He's very good at stealth.
I'm going to assume that Crisari is also in the same room then.
Mm-hmm.
I
Do
think
you want me
would
to bring
have a
something for
name.
you as well after my morning exercise?
Only if it's not any trouble.
I mean, I'm coming back anyway, so it's not going to be any trouble.
No, just some fresh fruit then, if you can.
All right, then. Be back in about half an hour.
Thank
you very
You're a
much.
dear.
You feel it watching you the entire time, Garen.
Yeah, I basically just... It's looking at it through the corner of my eyes. I slowly close the door.
You could swear it's rotating to keep a lock on you as the door aperture closes.
As I make the symbol of tear and pray for the best. Yeah,
As you went,
gotta...
Garen,
Yeah.
and apparently Crisari, since she moved her token.
No, she was just out there. I think most people just didn't move their tokens to the room. Back when we ended last time.
But yeah, Garen, as
No,
you
no,
went...
I was in the room. I left. I made it to the front.
Okay. Then there's no need for Garen to request dinner for you.
Okay.
Yes. The two of you at least notice that, it's mostly the same faces. The brave knight who held out the front door, He is getting all of the attention, Garen. As a noble knight should, in fact.
Yeah.
But, as you can see, he is doing it with stumbling over words right now. He's doing it with due politeness. He is merely retelling the tale. His hands upon his sword and his mug. You also see a couple of other new faces. An old dude in slightly rumpled traveling clothing. And a dude looks like a traveling warrior, medium armor. Decent halberd on him. As they're chatting with Roughgood, you assume now, Archer, the tiefling. He was the one who put that pincushion in your lovely plush pillow in the room. Defended against the one knoll that got inside. Well, it wasn't on the bar.
Morning. Morning.
Morning. Morning. Who are you? Morning. Good day, sir.
Good day. As I'm gonna just be right out here and immediately drop the change. Well, I'm assuming not having the change shirt on yet. I'm just in my
Just in your sports gear, yeah.
Yeah, basically.
It's your
And
Raxus
immediately-
Arena branded gear. The RFC,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, immediately started off, of course, with my 50 push-ups.
With only 2 fingers on each hand.
Not thumbs.
Doesn't even involve his
those
feet, though.
monks.
They're just planking out in the air.
I didn't know you were a masochist.
Oh,
I think
this
that
is
was
just
pretty
a robot.
obvious, honestly. He was accepting every command.
I mean, a Lady of Fire statue was asking something of me. It would be a disgrace to say no otherwise.
Bertram, you witness the same things. And also, because one player is busy right now, but I want to get Boarside finished, Bjorn has gone on ahead. He's going to report on the issue back to Boarside. He's also very displeased with Victina holding the staff, as we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
mean-
most of us agree.
There may be some extremely angry words between the angry dwarf and her father.
I mean, technically, we're also done with our job here.
Yeah.
Technically,
can't
yes. Which is why I'm surprised there's another session.
But we still haven't handled the troll.
The party
And then-
wanted to do another session, so we're doing it, and I've prepped new shit. So congratulations, you're going beyond the job. This is what we
And then
call
once
overtime.
we're done, not
Out
to
of
mention,
character, I really want to just drag Blankboard in front of the girl and force him to talk to her. but
He's
in
going. He said he was
character,
going.
I have no
I,
reason to.
I
He
got
said
him.
he was going.
You can trust me to take care of him.
Yeah, trust Clued.
Remember, you
He
let
totally earned it.
Goofus and Doofus alone, by the way. I want to remind you of that.
I probably should have someone else here to watch me when I watch Blank, but
These are both
You know.
fully adult men who require adult supervision.
Yeah. I suppose Bertram is mostly gonna sit at a bar.
I
Take a
feel like
drink.
my previous DBZ gifts sum this up. I need an adult. I am an
Actually,
adult.
Include.
actually, maybe
Yeah, go on.
you will also check on Victina, mostly because scary, spooky stuff.
Roll me a sleight of
wouldn't-
hand, Clued.
oh boy.
Basically, keep an eye
Still gotta
on the
steal from
potential
himself.
necromancer.
Blank, you look down and you see Clued's hand in your coin purse, which is thankfully mostly empty, but man, that shouldn't be there.
Pardon?
It's not me, man.
That doesn't make this any better.
It continues to
Yeah.
rifle around looking for things.
I try to take it out of my coin purse.
I'll help you.
On the bright side, in your coin purse and not in your pants.
Yeah, it was a few
Then
inches
I
off. Yeah.
carefully, I carefully take note of how long the arm is and stand just far enough away from Clue.
You better hope my legs don't get attacked.
Anyway, back to Bertram.
Victina gives a polite little wave. Why, hello.
Hi. So, how's the night with the staff been?
Oh, it's quite wonderful, actually. Nothing horrible's gone.
I mean, you don't remember dreaming, but then you don't usually do that. But you do remember going to sleep, which you don't often do.
So it's been quite enjoyable, I guess. Nothing odd. Everything's going exactly as it should be.
See. Alright.
I like how he's
Have
Have
technically.
you already sent someone to your father to grab the staff?
Oh,
Take it from there?
didn't Bjorn go?
He may not tell the
sorry.
most neutral version of the story, but yeah, he basically conferred that he was going to send word. That's my
Yeah.
excuse for him not being in the story at the moment.
There we go. So I mean, that's going on there. Has Blank sorted out if we're going back to the ogre or troll?
Troll. I'm not sure, don't think so.
Well,
But
if
as I
you do
said,
hear,
But as
if
I
you
said, I do not want that staff or your undead plaything anywhere near Boarside.
we're getting it sorted, my father will send somebody. Problem will be solved. Now, if Blank figures out what's going on, please do tell me. And we can head out. I'm ready whenever, as long as I've had my breakfast.
A lot of pressure being put in this cat.
Alright.
Like, look at that token.
I'll check up
That's
that.
what you're putting your responsibility on.
Oh, she does poke
Oh,
her
he's
head
a
out
good boy.
and she does poke her head out and say, "Actually, there's one more thing."
The fuck?
That's what you're trusting right now. I want you to remember this.
And I chose that picture specifically because of the expression on my cat's face.
But she does poke her head out and say, "Oh, there is one more thing.
Yes.
Do you think we truly cleared out that necromancer's hut?"
I think so.
I don't know. I have a stinking suspicion that we might not have actually cleared that. I'm wondering if it has something to do with the staff. If something is there and the staff is telling me that something is there, that indicates that we could have a bigger problem at the hut still.
I don't like it.
Well, I don't particularly like it either. That's why I want to go handle it.
I don't like the
She
staff.
could have said deal with it. She said handle it instead.
I know you don't like the staff. Nobody likes the staff. It's an evil, vile thing.
She says she polishes it carefully, lovingly.
Yeah.
Giving a kiss to the crack where Blank punched it. There. It'll all be better
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah, I was about to say, as
You
soon as you
can't
fix
see
the
my
sentence.
expression, but I have an eyebrow on my scalp, so. Yeah.
I said I see the value in studying it. As a matter of fact, we have specific reasons why we need to study it. But point is, we need to sort out whatever's going on here first. Because if that necromancer's hut is still doing something bad, well, it could be raising more undead to send right back over here. That's not good. I think you and I can agree that more undead things is bad.
Yes.
She's
That's
got
my
you there.
point of view.
Staff is also bad.
Alright,
Would
yes.
prefer to destroy it.
We have to study it before we destroy it.
Like
And we
Tina,
also need to know how to safely destroy it.
like Tina, the first Renaissance woman, complaining and debating with cavemen. It's bad. No, there's various layers to it. It's bad. But the
Well, it's
cavemen aren't
bad.
wrong.
She's saying it's bad. She's just saying that it also needs to be studied before we make it go away forever.
But why?
Because, say for example, my little issue. Maybe this might give some indication to that little issue.
What's your issue?
Yeah.
She just kind of gives a sigh, gestures for him to come over.
The room gets darker as you approach the
He
corner.
comes over carefully, but not fully close.
She rolls her eyes and dramatically offers a wrist and says, "Please take that for a moment."
The sunlight seems to vanish from the room. The door that you walked in through closes.
I assume you know how to check a pulse?
Oh, that's what you want.
Yes.
I can do that.
Good luck.
Yeah, give me a medicine
Okay.
roll.
It begins.
I'm not sure what your gamble is here.
Victina, you have to help him.
Yeah.
He's got those big, rough, callous hands. You know, it's already unpleasant enough to have someone that does labor touching you. So now you have to put him in the right position. And you feel
No.
nothing, Bertram. You wait. You see her. She's looking at you, blinking. Not much else, though. You don't really see her shifting with breath or anything. And then, nothing. Still nothing.
I'm pondering the reaction.
Victina, you also feel nothing. When you know by now there should have been something.
She does not indicate that this is worrying her. She's wondering, okay, this might actually be what she's looking for, actually. And she's not sure if she's happy or sad about that.
The absence of a pulse is what she's looking for, I see.
No, she's indicating it might be along the same vein, so maybe reverse engineering is more possible, but...
Oh no, it would be an artery.
Alright. Alright, there is no immediate stabbing.
She just kind of gestures, "Do you notice the lack of pulse?"
Yes.
Does
Have
that...
you done that as well?
No. If you cannot tell, I am very much mortal. And I'm very much alive. The entire thing is, I've been this way for a very long time. Since birth. The entire thing is we want to try to reverse engineer to fix it.
I'm
It
just
is entirely...
I'm picturing her
enti-
still.
Not sure if you're actually alive.
I'm picturing her stillborn birth and the midwife just slapping the shit out of her to try and get a response.
Oh, no. It happened afterwards. She was
Get
in
the
the
bellows. Put some air in her.
No, she was in the crib.
Actually, if there's no pulse, Bertram is gonna pull a knife and try to cut the finger to see if there's any blood coming out.
Just immediately, "Do you mind? What are you doing?" Very loudly, mind you.
Does it take an attack or something?
You
Well,
could
she-
also just ask.
You could ask. Yeah, she's gonna object. She's gonna assume you're trying to murder her.
Well, he's just pulling out a small knife, not a short sword.
She's a sorcerer. That's big enough for her.
Her response is going to be a very loud "Do you mind?" So you do have a chance to explain.
Clued, Blank, you both hear that.
Well, I want to check if you bleed. If you don't, well,
She rolls her eyes in the most dramatic way possible, and then just says, "Actually, do I have? Yeah, I have a dagger."
Everyone's
So
got
she
a dagger.
takes out her own dagger and does the pinprick for blood.
And you do. And what forms is a blob of black fluid. Quite thick. It doesn't drip. It just congeals and blobs a bit further on your finger. That's new.
She's not going to indicate that's new, but it is worrying her the fuck out of her.
I feel like at this point there should probably be a deception check to see if you can hide this.
Yeah, that's your second
Yeah.
shock.
Yeah.
I think that's inside.
Insight for you,
Yeah, but-
deception for her. Yeah. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
You can tell she was not expecting that. There is just a little crack in her demeanor that just says, "Oh, this is not taken immediately in stride." She doesn't freak out or anything. It's just a case of, "Oh, you notice a change. There's a furrow to the brow."
All right. I can see the staff is doing something to you. You should get rid of the stuff now before it does anything else to you.
As I said, once Father sends the people down, then we can do that. I don't. This is not going to be an immediate issue. And particularly as referring to this, I mean, that's really not that big of a change. It's not what I was expecting, but that's relatively minor.
I mean, you do feel pretty good. You've also got one extra first level spell slot.
Oh, wonderful. As a matter of fact, I feel rather well. As I quickly go change my.
Yeah. You stay.
This is
I
on
was
top of
going
your
to.
yeah. This is on top of your free casting of Animate Dead and Ray of Sickness.
Oh, and then she leans out. Would you kindly bring me a glass of wine? I need to
Ooh.
ponder this.
Maybe. Let's see.
Give me an athletics roll, Scotch.
All right. Oh, oh! I should have tried to break my record of 75.
Chris, everyone in the bar hears that moment. Like, grit for teeth, you twinge something in your back. You're stuck.
Oh,
You're trapped. You're just facing down in the dirt.
oh God.
Oh, no,
I can't even.
Garen.
I can't even yell for help.
Do I need to send Archimedes to go help him?
No,
Well,
no,
you-
hang on. I got it. I got to lay on hands.
Where the fuck is
I
Garen?
use a point of lay on hands to get the back out in.
Garen's just at the front door.
Ah, yeah.
Although, Crisari, as you were sitting at the bar, imagine just glancing around, taking in the gossip, or do you have actual activities you want to do?
Just relax for now. It has been a harrowing time.
Man, as you glance around, you do hear it. You do glimpse Garen's head, his blonde, fluffy tuft, coming up to the window and door, and then stopping. Does not go back down out of sight.
I will go to investigate.
You see the rippling mass with just the right kind of sweat sheen on it. Like, he looks good, but also nerve endings are a bitch. So are vertebrae. Just one thing is fired wrong and he is locked up. Probably from getting stabbed by, the skin envelope that's sitting by the tree. That was a pretty rough time.
Oh yeah. Well, I think the birdie was the bigger issue.
Yeah, that doesn't lead to muscle issues, really. Although I gotta say, he's looking pretty well manicured due to the armor being on fire.
Okay.
Can't move your arms to lay on hands on yourself.
Okay, come on. Wiggle. Wiggle. Wiggle to the back. Wiggle to the back.
Do you? Well, that's what you witnessed, Crisari. What do you do?
I go to assist. Oh, what is? I pray this is
No.
some dance.
No, nerve ending. Lower back.
I go
Can
to
you-
take a look.
If you could just, really give it a good kick.
Are you certain of that?
Yeah, pretty certain it gotta be dislodged. Unless you know how to mesh shoes, I think that's the only way it's gonna get loose.
Or you could try and be more creative. The options are near endless, depending on your spell list.
No, I don't know exactly what.
Yeah, it's basically thinking about the muscle mass of Crysaria, thinking, yeah, I think I have a better chance, but she just kicks it loose than trying to
She may
press
need
it out.
She may need to just jump on you.
Yeah.
Full body weight of the
Jumping on you might be better. I got -2 strength.
Or you could try something like maybe a Ray of Frost or something, freeze it up for a bit.
Hmm. Well, what is it?
Well, that's the thing. It's just some part of his back is seized.
Yeah, he can't even turn to part where on the back as well.
It's not complete and total agony. It's a little sore, but it's
Yeah.
more the fact that he's locked down.
Hmm.
I mean, you can see like in the side near the kidneys is a pretty big slice mark or stab wound where you imagine that Archimedes got him.
Oh.
What?
That means your nerve. Might be something wrong with the nerve.
Yeah, definitely there. Can you plainly see it?
I can plainly see where you were introduced to a weapon.
There's so much rippling muscle mass, you can see the epicenter of the shudders. Also, gotta turn off the rolls for a second so I can bring up the notepad, because I forgot to do that earlier. There we
I'm
go.
unsure if electrical impulses would help.
Ooh.
I'm willing to let you give it a shot.
Well, I will roll up my gloves and give it a go.
Aaron, you feel a moment of relief that while you are a guinea pig currently, it's with Chrysaria, not Victina.
This is a shocking grasp.
Yeah. I mean, he's got hit. He's shirtless, so
It's not. It won't be doing damage, of course. But yeah,
Okay.
that jump starts you for a moment, Garen. Like you feel your knees lock, your elbows draw in, you just go almost face first into the ground, but you manage to get yourself in your forearms, and then you feel yourself relax for a moment.
Oh, yeah, I think that's got it. Okay.
You're assuming direct control again.
Okay, yeah. That did it, thanks.
No problem.
I gotta remember that one.
I'll remember to be struck by lightning in that spot sometime.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I think I'm ready for breakfast now.
You were so close to beating your record, too. So close.
Yeah.
It wasn't just about the quantity, it was the time it took.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
Clued, yeah. Now we jump back to Bertram. Blank and Clued. You were going to see the cat about something, Bert?
Yeah. Does the cat look responsive?
I mean, he hasn't blinked in about 4 hours, but, you know, maybe. Yeah, he looks like he's probably freaking out, I imagine. Or is he playing it cool? Is he a cool cat?
I'm fine. He's trying to play it cool, but you can tell.
There's
You
no
can
worries.
Yeah.
Deception with disadvantage. Just for fun, how obvious is it? Pretty obvious.
Ah.
It's not a case of, wow, I smell bullshit. It's a case of, oh, that's, he's not, he might need help.
Yeah.
It doesn't help the Clued. You feel like you're being tugged by your arm forward through the hall. Just trying to get you out of a room.
Yeah, I got shit to deal with besides worried of it. Yeah.
It
Yeah,
grabs a
Blank
chair.
agrees. Clued's arm isn't making this any easier.
Yeah, Bertram doesn't have time for that shit.
It's trying to shove you in the back, Blank, out the door.
Places to be. Woo.
Gross.
Yeah, he's gonna pull
Why is he
the
touching
cat
me?
to the side. Look, we got a problem. That staff, it does something to her, to the mage. Just poked her with a knife. just now, and it's something black.
You're
The
not
blood
sure
is
if that's
black,
slang or
not
not.
that cold.
Mm,
What?
I just poked the sorceress. She felt weird.
Yeah. We need to do something about the stuff. Get it away from her. You seem to know a bit more about it, I think.
I
You got
wouldn't
any
say
clue?
that, but I don't think destroying it's a good idea.
Yeah, we can't let her keep it. Changes her.
Yeah. I tried to throw it away, but
It's made her so cold and distant and snoot. Wait a minute. No, it's
hey, wait a minute.
it's increased. She's obsessed with the undead and the dark. And wait a minute, no. She's better at
Yeah,
spells.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I said, we need to do something about her. I don't. She might be a bitch, but the staff is not helping her.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I just don't know what to do about it.
As he just shuts down, I guess, doing neither of his options. Clue's
Is
hand
there
is
any-
still poking you in the back to get out of the room and move forward.
You know, you could just go further away.
I mean, yeah, fine, we're going. Yeah, I'll cross that bridge later. We're kind of busy.
It stops poking you once you get closer to the door.
Yeah.
Time to ruin some hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
No.
I'll tell the
Where are you
others.
going?
Careful.
Over here.
Oh, okay. I thought that was another room. I thought. Oh no, that's a rack of. That's not stairs. Okay.
Just be warned. Keep an eye on her, and
Yeah.
let's be ready to take the stuff from her.
Yeah. Knock, knock.
open up the door.
Who's there?
The door opens.
Not you.
Nope. The door opens, not hides. Still really lagged.
And there's a demon prince in there. Oh fuck! It's her all along. Give me the staff.
And you see Martinique there looking a little tired. Like someone who has just been through a harrowing experience of gnolls trying to break down her home and kill her. But she smiles when she sees you, Blank. You see hope in her eyes. Includes there, too.
Yeah.
I can wait outside if you want.
Clued has his hand on your shoulder, Blank. Not that one, the wrong one.
I was gonna say, yeah. I try to brush it off, like no,
It's got a firm
now.
grip.
Not. Oh.
I'll put my other hand on there and hold him like I'm proud of my son, you know? Holding him by the shoulders in his baseball game.
Not what I'm picturing, but sure.
Just get up really close to him, you know? I don't think people touch enough, you know? Why is there this fake distance imposed between men?
I'm gonna start sliding myself through the doorway to make distance between me and Clued while asking, while still politely asking, may I come in, but clearly trying to distance myself.
I'll guard the door.
I'm kind of just like sliding in, like, may I come in as he comes in to make distance.
Clued, your hand is starting to make slow, rounded stroking motions on the door.
Maybe I should
What
pick up
the
like an instrument.
Fuck, dude. Oh. Not now. I mean, I'm not gonna say it, but you can tell you're getting the side eye from a cat right now. You're getting the fuck's sake, dude. And then he uses his leg to just slowly close the door.
I'll have a talking to with his hand guy, don't worry.
That's too distracting right now.
You gotta be tender, but not that tender.
So, do you have something? You're going back out there, yes? Deliver my note.
Mm, he's not interested.
What? Why are you lying to her?
You're not there.
Yeah. Why are you lying? Says my hand sock puppet.
She looks quite suspicious of you, Clued, or of Blank.
She does?
She does.
He's... Okay, I'm just gonna say it. He's a troll, and he's not interested. I don't... I'm not...
He might be
He
cursed.
doesn't even know.
I mean, you heard the singing. A troll can't sound like that.
Yes, trust me, he can't.
No, I mean, he might look like one, but it could just be a horrible spell. There's all kinds of evil things out there in the swamp.
Mm-hmm, and he might be one of them.
Actually, seem pretty nice.
Yeah.
She doesn't know that.
So you're not going to deliver my letter, Ven?
Like I said, I tried to. He's not.
So you didn't even deliver it, Ven? As she caught you
Not-
out in your lie?
He's not interested.
You just said you didn't show him it.
He's a troll that paddles around the swamp. He's not interested. What? Don't go pointing fingers at me.
You sound like someone who doesn't understand love.
I mean,
A voice that beautiful has to be linked to a heart just as beautiful. You can see that this woman has lived in a cloistered, sheltered life for a while. Fairy tales are her
Yeah.
romance.
I know, and he, like,
And you grew up in an alleyway, various ones, sometimes reeking of piss and beer.
yeah,
Mostly your own, often not.
he knows how reality works. And, he wants to do something without completely crushing the poor girl, but he's also starting to get frustrated.
Lude, against your will, the arm is dragging you across the wall towards Victina's room.
Oh God!
Wait, this is definitely not what I want to do right now.
You were there to support your buddy Blank who closed the door on you.
Yeah, because he's got awkward bad touch going on.
It's not me this time. It literally isn't.
I'm having to deal with a sheltered.
You have no
Girl
idea what's
here,
going
I
on,
don't-
but now you're in the room.
Oh, hi.
The
Hello,
hand
Clued.
waves
How are you today?
delicately.
Oh, very fancy hand.
Oh, it is a very fancy hand. Oh, what are you up to this fine morning?
It pulls you by your collar, Clued. It makes you try to bow.
Oh, I'll
Athletics?
curtsy.
You pull up the sides of your tunic. Yes, you curtsy. A bend of a knee, a bend of a head.
Why don't you take a seat?
I'll look at my hand.
It's grabbing the seat.
Okay, I'll sit down.
No, it's grabbing the seat. It doesn't let you get in the seat.
Oh, it wants to sit down. I guess I'll kneel on the ground and let it sit on the chair.
It does.
She kind of covers her eyes. And says, I meant for you to go into the seat, not the hand.
I really did try.
All right, why don't you and the hand come sit on the corner of the bed?
Can I offer to shake my own hand? Is a truce?
I mean, you shake it. You can't really tell its expression.
Okay, truce.
You think your lifeline might be plotting against you.
I was going to ask how your hand was doing, but I think that answered my question.
I think it should probably be fine. It feels better today.
Hmm.
What about the horrible laughing staff? Is that any better?
It's going. I feel perfectly fine actually. I can tell there's some things going on, but I've got more than enough time for my father to send folks.
Okay. Well, at least we're not dead.
True. I did want to ask, considering your condition and it's likely tied to the staff, when, of course, the staff goes to my father, would you like to accompany and see if we can do something about... She kind of gestures at the wayward hand.
Do you have some doctors? I could use a checkup. I haven't been in several years. You know,
Oh,
if you could do dental too, that'd be great.
She looks utterly perplexed, but then she just kind of shrugs and says, "Oh, sure, that'll work."
Yeah,
Okay.
how are Clude's teeth? I imagine his tusks are fine, but the rest of the teeth are in a shocking state.
Yeah, the teeth are all yellow, but the tusks are shining white.
Yeah. The only thing he has to always present, they're gleaming.
Hmm.
Yeah, that could work out well enough. Very well. Did our other compatriot tell you, my request regarding that necromancer's hut?
I wasn't paying attention, but it's possible. But what, are we going back?
Well, I was wanting to. I had the inkling that something's not quite right over there. I suppose that the staff has alerted me to something, that might indicate that there is a further problem there that we didn't notice while we were there the first time round. I would like to clear it, because I don't think we want an undead army marching onto this little tavern.
Oh, that for sure sounds like a trap. But I guess if we go prepared, we'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how he immediately says, I wasn't paying attention, but sure, maybe.
Well, not much to worry about then. I suppose we'll get that done. And then, of
Okay.
course, we'll be able to handle your arm once we're all sorted and we're getting the staff looked at. Kill two birds, one stone.
I did that once.
Oh, very good. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, me too.
It's a shame that stone didn't fall over, but you kept throwing birds at it until it did.
Well, that is very satisfactory.
Took a whole nest
Yeah.
full.
I could picture his character doing that. That's the weird part.
There you go.
And this was pre-arm, so, you know.
Ooh, maybe I'll try playing baseball with myself. Not that I know what baseball is.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Maybe I'll invent a new game.
What about Blurn? He'll invent Blurns.
I mean, you could always partake in goat ball.
You can always just play ball with yourself.
He's been doing that already.
Never wanted to play with me when I was a little orc child.
That's very sad and depressing.
But now I have this
My-
hand friend who is very
Then he found out it wasn't because he was an orc.
out.
Well, I'm glad things are sorted out. Has Blank sorted out that letter with the girl? Does she want us delivering it or not?
Good question. Back to
He's in the
Blank.
process. Yeah.
She's asking for her letter back.
By the way,
I give her the dang letter.
Yeah,
can
Battlebread?
also tell Kristari and Garen basically the same thing I told Blank.
Yeah, I was going to jump to that after we
About,
did Blank's bit.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, what are your thoughts as Blank is now getting confronted with a girl who is starting to cry
Oh no.
as she sees that her envelope still has the blue ribbon tied around it. It has not been opened, not been given. And you're refusing to help this maiden and her love.
Why can't we just deliver it?
I'm sure he can't even fucking read.
You hear squeaked out among her cries as I thought I could trust you.
Oh.
Now, can we hear that, considering we're pretty close by?
She's not screaming yet, but you know, it's very high pitched. It's hurting your ears, Blank. Honestly, it's like kind of a little fuzz that's just sticking there.
Yeah.
But oh man, if she gets louder, you know her dad runs this place.
He's thought about that. Do cats sweat? Because he's doing that right now.
They do not. They do not
Yeah.
have sweat glands.
No,
Yeah.
they do it by tongue, don't they, like dogs?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's not sweat.
So he's just
Yeah,
panting.
He's like hyperventilating.
Are you going to let her panic, or are you just going to agree to take the letter?
Okay, I'll take the letter back and make sure he doesn't refuse it.
You know what's annoying? Even though she was crying and all, still looks pretty. Like, she doesn't look ruined like you'd expect and hope, so she'd be pitiful, and you could just think, I'll just lie to her next time as well.
Yeah, he can't stand the crying. It's hurting his ears. Everything's terrible. He's thinking of the repercussions. He just starts stammering. I'll take the letter back. I'll make sure he doesn't refuse it this time. Okay?
You get a letter in hand and a hug. She ruffles your ears. She does.
He doesn't want.
She balls up her fists and rubs them at your cheeks.
He doesn't want to like this, but he does. He doesn't want to, but
We
he's
have
liking
another
this.
tabaxi that Rainy rose with the test. Debasing yourself like a common house cat, how dare you?
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the ones out front.
Slide out of here. Letter, I need a
Having
drink,
not
I need
solved
a drink.
anything. He slides out having not really resolved anything under his own steam.
I need a drink. I need a drink.
Hey, Bertram.
Hey. Grisari. You held the stuff, right?
No.
You did, for but a moment. You remember putting your hand around it, then absolutely nothing until it was flying through the air. By blank.
Yeah, so you know a thing or two about magic things, right?
Yes.
So, I've been talking to Wiktina, and the staff is changing her.
Okay.
She now got black blood, no pulse, and she wants to go back to the necromancer hut.
Well, Garen will be able to inform him that I didn't have the pulse to begin with. Oh wait, no, I pulled.
You
Wait,
had a
no, I pulled that
heartbeat
tank
after
on
a minute.
Clued. Yeah, it was on Clued, but even then,
Yeah, it was
I
a
mean,
clue. Yeah.
but y'all were there,
Yeah.
so y'all saw that.
Yeah, Bertram is completely convinced she is half undead by now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't want her to hold the staff any longer. Because maybe it will change her more. And I don't think
Oh, there's a very good chance of that.
Yeah, I don't think we can wait until her father's people come. I mostly just wanted to warn you. But yeah. I don't fully trust her while she's holding the staff.
Understandable.
So... do you have any idea how we could handle the stuff safely? The cat said we shouldn't just destroy it. It might be dangerous. But do you have any idea?
I say break it over your knee right now in the middle of this populated area.
Yeah, Blake already tried to do that. He would agree that's not a good idea. As much as he wants to be rid of it, he knows that's not a good idea.
I say it's a great idea. You do it now, we can just close the session.
And then roll new characters.
Yeah.
Mana bomb.
This is now a session 0.
This is session 0 for Legions of Liberty. Thank you for coming.
No, the explosion was so fierce it's a -1.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a reaction from the wizard and paladin.
Mm-hmm.
Both of which should be interested. in this conundrum?
Well, I would definitely want to make sure that she's rid of this evil thing as soon as possible, but
Yeah. I don't think she'll give it up freely.
No, very likely not.
I'd say perhaps maybe humor her for now, check out the necromancer's hut, and then try and get rid of it from her there. At the very least, there's no innocent nearby if she starts resisting.
That sounds like an absolutely wonderful idea. Nothing bad could ever come from this.
Also, no witnesses.
We need to get rid of her undead skin sack as well before.
Oh,
Because
him.
this one
Yeah.
will cause problems.
Yeah, by the way, he's right over there. I changed his token.
Yeah, we don't see it.
You don't see it?
We don't know where it is.
Oh
think.
yeah, the
Alright.
ghost.
And he is hiding. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just know he's out there.
So what we we could try to knock her out, and then deal with the undead thing.
Well, what do we do once? What do we do once disarming her off the staff?
Yeah, that's what I was kind
We
of
should-
hoping Grisari would have any suggestions. Is there a way to handle it, do you think? Would it work to pick it up with tongs?
Oh, rope?
Yeah.
You wish you were in a world that had tongs. That's often at Fire Island, the only place with dwarven tongs.
Yeah. I'm mostly asking because Grisari would probably have a better chance at an Arcana check than I would. Also, I have no proficiency in it, so I would have absolutely no idea.
You may roll Arcana to roll some theories about Krasari. I mean, everyone knows the most important thing is that if an object is cursed, you could just pass it off to any kid. It's a very simple long-term plan.
Like giving candy to a baby.
Yeah, they'll want the staff, you make it look pretty, you give it to them, they take it willingly, the curse is gone, and then you kill the child. It's easy.
17 is something.
Yeah, that is definitely that theory, along with others. You think for a moment about how, well, if the staff has an influence, it may have a personality, or it may just have, a leaning, sort of an alignment. Like, it might just influence people to be a certain way to make use of its power. It might have a malign intelligence. It could just simply be cursed. I mean, it's got a skull on it. There's probably some vengeful force from beyond, which might take a purification by a properly ordained holy man. There's a little thought bubble that appears above your head, and there's Clued waving hello. So you don't think that option's on the table?
No.
It may also just need to be pried from her. Maybe even a knockout. Might just take some time apart. Put her cold turkey. But it may also... But there's also a possibility that it might require specific rituals, location elements to it that actually mean something. Like, there's a lot going on in your head right now with multiple ways to go. You haven't really got any specific experience, just things you've read up on. But it doesn't seem like it's too major an item, maybe. She hasn't done a whole lot with it.
Not yet.
So it might just be a low power element. It may in fact be simply preserving or giving her the protection of an undead.
While she's thinking on it, I'll go ask the barkeep for a pair of tongs or something similar.
And while
I can offer you
while he does
I can offer you a screwdriver.
You have screws? What are screws?
Probably, yes. Gnomes. Gnomes are bound to have invented screws by now.
Because screws are technically a fairly late invention.
Yeah, but they also do, like, fully animated constructs. Can't really do that with just nails.
Bolts. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sure, probably got something.
Bolts are older than screws.
Yeah, I can give you some, I use them for the coal. Yeah. Got an old set, a bit scorched up, that'll do.
Yeah. I'll give it back, but we probably will need it.
Well, that sounds sinister. You can leave me a silver coin, just in case it doesn't come back, or you.
Sure.
There we go.
Here's a silver.
A new drink is bought for you, Blank, by the old man who approaches and sits beside you. So, you found yourself a troll in the swamp, huh?
Yeah. He laps at the drink.
Is really the source of the singing?
Yeah.
Huh. Vicious thing, yeah?
Not really.
Any idea how it's doing the singing? Can't just be what its throat does. It's a troll.
Yeah, but it does.
Whereabouts would it be?
Oh no.
Oh, I can't remember.
2 gold coins are set on the bar. You sure on that?
Oh, shit.
Fortunately, this cat doesn't seem to have any scruples.
Does Bertram notice this?
He probably left. I don't know how much he paid attention to Blank.
Not too much. But the question is, will the troll be sold to a circus?
Yeah, I was about to say, what, do you want to sell the location to the Wild Raxus show of this old man who looks like Buffalo Bill?
What's your interest in this troll?
Curiosity? Could be some interesting arcane influence on it. Could also just be a real talented kind of creature. Gotta check it out, you know. Have to see for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's alright, I'm not by myself.
He just goes back to the drink, ignoring the gold coins.
5 more gold coins are set down. He neatly stacks them as well.
Oh, why are you doing this to me, man?
They jingle.
And a third drink is bought.
Oh, no.
Dunk. Barkeep?
Hi, Darren.
Yeah, Karen. Some supposed to bring up some breakfast for one of the.
Yeah, all right.
Hang on, can't remember.
I'll scoop a few things out of a pot. Sure enough.
Some wine. What was it? The
Oh no, Bertram has
That's
the
the
job of
vaccine.
getting the wine.
Oh no, I also
Yeah.
gave him the job, but
Yeah.
Bertram hasn't gotten me the wine, so she was hedging her bets that she was going to get a wine.
Yeah. But I was also bringing breakfast as well. What was it you said actually?
I just said breakfast.
But yeah,
Okay.
I just said
The only one who
breakfast
made a
and
specific
some wine.
request was Crisari, who wanted fresh fruits.
Yeah.
When you see him going to the foodstuffs, you've got a feeling fresh fruits may not be on offer.
Mm-hmm. Yes. A glass of wine and some dried fruit if you have it.
Right,
Otherwise, I'll get, I suppose, whatever you have that would be befitting of Lady Victina.
well, I've got some pickled turnip, that'll do, nice. That's fancy enough. It's a bit of a
Sounds good to me.
bit of a stockist issue, thanks to the gnolls and all. I'll be 2 silver eye for all that lot.
Sure thing.
Yeah. It's a big old hearty bowl of stew, although it might be soup.
Yeah, well, while
It's-
he's waiting
It's
for that
either
to be served.
yeah, it's either watery stew or uncomfortably lumpy soup. It's a tough one to call.
Yeah, while he's waiting for that to be served, he looks over to Blanco Xavier, being very chummy with this old man. Hey, Blank, morning to you.
Good morning.
What's your friend?
Don't know.
Oh, you never asked. It's Sir Wilfred.
Morning, Sir Wilfred. Garen Hawk.
Nice to meet you. You also met the troll, did you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I
Lovely
was
fellow.
inquiring with your friend here whereabouts it might be.
Oh, to be honest, I'm not actually sure exactly where. We kind of had to use the mechanism of a very odd magical toad.
Which is still outside.
Yeah.
Oh. That's... In what way? You rode on the back of it?
Inside it, actually. Very strange. It
Must
has
have
a whole nice room inside.
Oh. Maybe it swallowed a shed. Ha ha!
Aha! Garen doesn't get it, but he didn't want to make it so the man feel bad for telling a bad joke.
Took you right there, did it? How does it work?
Oh, apparently it likes coin. Silver or gold.
The 5 gold coins are gone from the bar flank. You just... And how do you know where it goes?
I mean, you tell where you want to go and
That's
pay the
simple.
gold, and yeah.
Well, have a good day, gentlemen.
Well, have a good day to you as well.
Yeah, thank you very much for the information. As he heads out.
Yeah.
Walking past Bertram
What
and
a nice-
Kasari. And you two notice that once he gets past here, you notice several more armored men joining him.
What a nice man.
I just try to ignore it, go back to the drink.
Guess who just lost their free ride?
Yeah,
Possibly more.
he's aware.
Ooh. Although you actually have to redo a little bit of there. As he gets to about here, Archimedes starts to follow. Crisari and Bertram get to see the skinenvelope follow the old man and his entourage, which does build up.
Meanwhile, Vistina is going to talk to Clued and say, Clued, I think we are required. Let's
It's
go.
nice to be wanted for something.
She starts out. And when she sees Blank and Garen, she is going to gesture.
Yeah?
I believe...
your breakfast.
Well, that can hold for a moment. I believe
Alright.
our ride is about to leave.
I'll like to make breakfast.
What? Alright.
The Toad?
Oh, we're going somewhere.
Yes.
Alright then.
There's a
Once
bit of
we-
a commotion coming out from the side of the building.
Oh, I'm gonna eat that breakfast really fast.
You just pour the scalding fluid down your throat. Cast Cure
Ah.
Wounds and hope for the best. Garen, you can see that Archimedes Contrary there has his weapons drawn. And several of the old man's entourage are doing the same, pointing at each other.
Oh, yes, I can see that's gotta be an issue. Vectina, I think your
Yes.
companion might have some issues with this. What was it, Sir Bertram?
Wilfred.
Wilfred. So, seems to have some issues with Sir Wilfred and his entourage.
Yes.
Why?
That's a great question. I wish people asked it more often.
She looks at it, and she's still dragging Clued along. She just, are you dense? We need the Toad to both go speak to the troll, and assuming we're still doing that, and also in order to get back to the necromancer's hut. Do you want people who are unaware of how dangerous that area is to be stumbling upon something like that?
Garen, you might think for a moment, how did she know about any of this?
That'd be kind of funny if they died.
Does he say that out loud?
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
She has that look where she doesn't know what to say about it, but she just kind of pretends it never happened. So she just points out, what do you think they're wanting with the Toad?
It's magic.
You do the hand gesture too, don't you?
Yeah,
You do the rainbow
magic.
hands. This would be a nice time to involve the rest of the party too.
Currently, there's only 3 of us out there, so I mean, that's fine.
Technically 4. You've got Contrary.
Yeah.
Alright, well, let's see if we can figure something out here.
Yep, she would go
Hello.
along.
Seems to be some issues going on here.
Yes, we seem to be dealing with quite a brazen brigand here. I've told the man now to be off. Doesn't seem to be listening to any commands. Oh, he's yours, is he? Tell your man to put his weapons down.
What are you wanting with the Toad?
Oh, your friend there said it would take us across the swamp. I want to see this singing troll for myself.
She looks very amused, but then she just says, it'll have to wait for a moment.
Well, are you saying the toad is yours?
I'm saying that we are going to be paying the Toad to go deal with a potentially dangerous situation in the swamp, and then we can return and you can do whatever you'd like.
Well, that's delightful and all, but I think you'll find I have more to do today. And I'll simply be paying it a fair bit more.
Oh boy, hold on.
Anything again.
I would inform that I would suggest that you stay put.
Artemis is about to take a swing.
Mm-hmm.
Me too. Fuck this guy.
What are you What are you going to do with our lovely troll friend?
Well, I'll say this quite politely if I can. That's none of your business, milady. I have business of my own. I will take care of it. I'm simply curious. And I'll do
Garen,
what I wish.
they're not simply curious.
Yeah,
So he
I
lied.
do have to admit that now it does sound like you're doing something suspicious with that troll.
I'm more suspicious of the fact that people are seeming to come to the thing's aid. You really do not wish us to check. Perhaps you didn't even find a troll. You just want to keep the secrets for yourself.
Yes.
She just kind of gives a little shrug. Point is,
Toad, I will go see this singing troll. He throws 50 gold coins into the air around the Toad.
Jeez.
well, I'd like to point out if he
What do you
gets, I
mean?
don't know if he's going to get that close because I don't think Archimedes is going to let him get that close.
Oh, you're going to have Archimedes take a swing at one of his guys?
Yeah, Archimedes will definitely step in to stop them. Particularly at this stage of the game. I mean, it's fairly obvious. She doesn't think Garen is going to object.
I'm sure Bertram's going to fully believe your reasoning for this. Here we go. We're going into
You're
initiative.
just attacking civilians now. These are just people.
Yes!
Yeah, these are just people. But let's face it, I don't think this guy is a legitimately lovely individual.
Well, no, of course not.
He's
But
rich.
Garen thinks the best of people.
I'm glad there was a misclick because that was a 1.
I was wondering why random guiding bolts.
Yeah, my sheet dragged and I misclicked. Oh, this initiative is not looking great.
Is that everybody?
Everybody that's out here,
Yeah.
at least Blank has no idea what's going on.
He's still at the bar.
He's still wishing he'd taken the coins.
I just rolled anyway.
I'm sure he'll be able to hear the commotion and come outside.
Oh, boy. Well, yeah. As Contrary goes to move in, these guys instead step forward. And I mean, he was making a full hostile gesture. Also, Necromancer isn't here. He's still bound up in some room, screaming. Don't worry, he'll die of dehydration soon. Let's see here. Where did I put their attack?
Apparently he didn't expect them to attack.
Well, you told him to move in, but they got the jump on him.
Yeah.
Like, he's got his...
I meant you were looking for the attack, so I'm saying, oh, apparently you didn't expect us to fight these guys.
No, it's just trying to make sure I'm using the right one, because I do have some old lists here. Did I? Yeah, there we go. That was it. I was just using this simple one. 2. As they fail to puncture Archimedes. And the others shuffle in front of the old man. All brandishing their spears. Telling you lot to back off in unison. Plude.
What's my hand thinking about? Is it trying to fight?
It's got your shield up, yeah?
Okay, so I'm at least my full AC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Extra
now,
note
yeah.
that it'll be good to have.
Now, here's the question. Are you going to start killing these people, or are you going to try and just subdue them?
If I had Fireball, that is what I would do.
But you don't.
No, so I guess I'll just
Unfortunately, as you're thinking about this, your arm is starting to get into a proper punching position. You've no longer got the 2 bonus AC. But
okay,
you do
I'll-
have a
I guess
bonus
I'll-
action punch.
Okay, I'll hit him twice. Fuck it, you know what? I'll just go, say, hey, I'll go wherever I want, and then I'll bop him on the head and then try to punch him in the face.
What's the tenets of your faith?
I think it involves making shit.
Also, this guy was was holding his attack until someone approached.
Okay.
Oh, nice!
Wow!
So that's
Oh my
16
God.
damage.
I like at half health immediately. Wow.
What?
Oh wait. Oh no, wait. I can't. Never mind.
No.
It's not that bad, but it's pretty close.
You're level 5.
I'll whack the guy.
Yeah, how do you have so little HP?
I only have 42.
You do
How
hit.
is?
Oh, actually, no, you miss by 1.
Oh,
I forgot I gave him slightly more.
I'll punch him. Punch.
There you go, you do. So you do 1 plus your strength. And you know what? Do a d4, actually, plus your strength. For the shield.
So that's a 6 total.
6 total. As you bop him.
Ah! I meant to not hit you with my mace, just my fist, because I'm non-violent.
He doesn't say anything in response, but then most opponents probably wouldn't. It's now the old man's turn. As he looks at you all. And casts a spell. Fog Cloud.
I cast counterspell.
Do you?
Hmm.
Then you see it fizzle out among his fingers. And he glares at you. Well, I was trying to do this simply, but fine. Fall upon them, and he snaps his fingers. Victina.
Oh, I fucking knew it. He's gonna go for the fucking toad.
Yeah, but I'm also.
Well,
what is
handily, because he chucked the coins, the frog is busy
Yeah.
scooping them all up and putting it in its mouth.
And then,
Just watching its tongue slide out, drag across the ground, and pick up the coins with ease. It's the only thing it picks up. No stones or grass, anything. Only money.
what is distance?
There's a brief, terrible thought that's rising you, Clued. If it keeps eating money, does it have a vault inside it where it contains that before it deposits out in its lake? It must have a storage space for coin.
Okay, so I'm gonna be dropping in a 15-foot the square doohickey.
Uh-huh.
Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using my points so that I can see
15
through
foot
the
radius
darkness.
here. Okay. Do I have the effect token around here? Just when I put it on this map. Maybe should be on this one. I forget to copy paste it all the time. Yeah, there we go.
So yeah, it both didn't use a spell slot and it used my points so I can see whatever they're doing in the darkness.
Right here?
And yep, just like that. And then I'm going to tell Archimedes to start cleaning up.
How does it feel hearing her say it like that? Anyone worried?
Yeah, a
Oh,
little.
correction. I'm going to also edit that. Technically, I'm going to tell Archimedes and Clued to start cleaning up.
I have no broom.
He hits. He hits again. As he just starts to stab into these men. Yeah, this guy's getting shanked horribly. You see him crumple, flinch a bit. There's a dull, resounding noise inside his helmet. You know, like a grunt of pain. As you're killing these men.
The good guys.
They're not good guys!
Blank!
No, we are.
They want to go kidnap a fucking troll just because he can sing!
He
It
took
is
the
just a troll.
Yeah,
Blank, he took the coins, but he left the drinks.
And that's all I'm interested in. So yeah, look to my left, look to my right. Nobody's drinking that. Nobody's noticing.
I mean, you do see Krasari through the broken open window. She seems a little tense.
Is that window broken before?
Yeah, that
Yes.
was the one Anola went through.
Okay.
Yes, it's broken before.
Okay. So that wasn't. I pick
So
up my
down
drink
and out the window.
I pick up my drink and. But actually, I got 2 hands, so I pick up a drink for each hand.
Yeah. You finish one off, or
and-
you just grab one by your mouth and just tilt it back.
Yeah, I try to take as much with me as possible, and I start marching towards Cressar.
You're lucky those are paid for. I want the cups back. So yeah, you've got most of your movement.
Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me.
I like the idea that he steps out among the party and just points out none of these are for you, and continues to drink in his next turns.
Oh, you didn't want to jump out the broken window?
That would have been badass. Jumping through there with some booze.
I got drinks, man. I don't want to spill them.
Well, you're a cat. You're super agile. You wouldn't
Anyway,
spill them. I
Cressari.
trust you.
This is taking a turn.
This certainly has taken a turn.
What's up?
People are trying to jack the toad.
Pardon?
They're trying to steal the toad.
Oh.
It's not really a case of theft, though. It's just someone's got into a taxi before you guys. And this isn't New York, so it's... This isn't New York, so it's not a legitimate thing that you can murder them just because of that.
No, they're also probably going to end up trying to hurt the poor fucking troll.
Yeah.
His heart bleeds.
And I try to think,
You knew about this?
he may have tried to pay me off for the troll.
But
I didn't say anything though, and I kind of like crossed my chest,
You could always point at Garen. He did say everything.
So yeah,
Garen did it. Garen did it.
This escalated quickly.
In about 6 seconds, yeah.
As I throw the last of the empty drinks down on the floor, I'm.
Oh no, you've got a couple of rounds for that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Cressari, it's your turn.
That's right. We're in initiative, so yeah, 6 seconds.
Yeah.
That's a drink every turn.
I guess I move here.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
When-
I can't see in there because that's darkness.
More importantly, when you step there, you do notice someone in the
Oh?
bushes with a crossbow.
Oh!
Hello.
You also notice another guy hunched over in dark clothing with a crossbow.
May I help you two gentlemen?
And as you say that, you also see another guy with a crossbow and dark clothing with a crossbow. They're all aimed at Garen.
Oh, God.
Ah.
But when you say hello, they turn.
And Blank is just the drink he's drinking,
I'd like to point out that the actual blank board sat up when you did that and was fucking terrified.
He just spits out the drink he had in his mouth.
They are currently prone. Quite muddy.
And does anybody question if this is the correct decision now?
Hey, an old man's got to travel
yeah.
with protection because there's these asshole things called adventures that might try to kill him for no fucking reason, apparently.
He's gonna try to steal the fucking troll and force the troll into slavery.
And then I won't
that
have
would
to
make-
deliver. But then I won't have to deliver the letter.
Yeah, that would be a good excuse for blank board for not having to. Yeah.
Oh
I
no,
can't
he
deliver the letter.
he captured the troll.
There was nothing I could do about it. Nothing at
Wait.
all.
Oh,
It would have been ideal if he just took the frog and left. We'd have.
If
could've gone
anything, this might work better because now she can see him 4 times a day. Twice on Sundays.
Garen's gonna fuck everything up.
I think it was Victina that was the issue here.
Yep.
What a shot.
No, it's Garen that told him everything he wanted to know, right?
Alright, we've drove long enough. So, Cressari, you've noticed these men.
Yep. I've noticed the men.
Mm-hmm. They have taken notice of you.
I'm going back in the inn.
Gonna dash and jump through the window?
No, I've used my movement, so I'm just saying I'm going back in the end.
Do you want to try and pretend that you don't see them? I mean, you did
I
say
will
hello to
say-
them, but maybe you were doing that to Garen in the distance. Maybe you're going to make it socially awkward.
I see nothing. I leave.
They look at you for a moment, they weigh it up, and then realize they've got a better target. As the crosshairs move from Garen and Krasari to the obvious target. You always geek the mage first, and they're hidden to you, Victina.
Mm-hmm.
You made a stupid choice.
There we go. 1, 2, 3. I think only those two hit.
Yeah. Well, with mage armor, yeah.
11 damage and 3.
Fucking hell.
As 2 bolts just thud into your side. That'll be 2 concentration checks as well. Do you have advantage?
No, I was just rolling it.
And the darkness is gone.
Is
I mean,
darkness a concentration for that?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Is this okay?
Concentration for 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people hold it back for later, though. It's okay, though, because your turn's not over yet.
Mhm.
Because there is a 4th man in the bushes.
Oh, fucking hell.
It's alright, though. He's not going to shoot at you. He's going for Clued.
Just because I hit a guy in the face?
Yeah, because you're an active hostile.
I said I was peaceful.
Hit again for 11. You now are at half health.
I have 16 health. Oh, dear.
Wow, he got max damage. Well, near enough. We only have a +2. But these guys are now revealed to you all. Birdie. This kind of feels like what you were expecting to happen, in a way, until the men with crossbows came out of the bushes. That may complicate things a tad.
Okay, I was muted again.
Do you have many comments on the current scenario and how it's devolved into this?
Not too many, but a few. But I'm pretty sure Trisari got the right idea here.
So you are fine with the troll getting ganked?
Yeah, I would be leaving next turn if I wasn't gonna die.
Bertram doesn't know anything about this. He just sees that Victina has started a fight. And, yeah.
You know, you get surprise on hitting Victina. She's not expecting an arrow in the back.
Yeah, but I'm not really planning to kill Victina. I'm just. It's more a case of waiting for her to drop the staff.
However, do remember
No.
that now there are also strangers who might also think, "Oh, the wizard staff, we gotta unarm her or disarm her."
Yeah, he's gonna pull out the bow, but not an arrow, but not aim it at someone, and call out, "Just knock her out, please, will you?"
Oh, she's not gonna be thrilled with that fucking response.
It's okay. It's okay, because there's one person who has to have your back.
Oh, God.
Right? Garen. Oh boy, this
Yeah.
took a turn.
Yeah.
There are
I'll-
assassins in
I'll
the
also move
bushes.
next. I'll also move next to Krasari and prepare my action to move away with her.
I don't think you have any. Do you have any movement left?
I can
You-
action to dash.
Yeah, prepare dash.
Yeah, I'll allow it anyway. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't attack or anything.
Garen,
There are literally assassins in the bushes, and
they're
people
not
are
literally
questioning
assassins.
if this is
It's a different stat block.
Oh, for the love of fuck, it's assassins. Oh my god.
If I made them assassins, you wouldn't be alive right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First of all,
I did. Also, Victina, I did say Bertram doesn't know any of this. He just knows there's suddenly a fight. And Victina most likely started it. So
first of all,
it's kind of like
It's
you
not
expected.
incorrect. That's the best part.
Yeah, that's technically correct.
No,
The
literally
best
correct.
kind of correct.
No, this is literally correct. You started this fight.
Yeah.
Garen, shining
Yeah.
beacon of righteousness and heroism.
yeah. Okay. Gotta start off with casting Shield of Faith on Claude.
Oh, 20 AC. I mean, 18 AC. Yay!
Yeah, it should at least help you a little bit.
I hope I can live one more turn.
And yeah, gotta have to stand here to try and cover with the shield on Victina. She seems to be shot at a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
You could say something here.
Yeah. Everyone calm down. I think things have escalated way out of control than it needs to.
As Clued gets his,
Indeed.
as Clued's trousers get sodden with his blood.
I'll grow a garden with blood.
Why would you even say that? What was the start of that?
Well, his mouth opened and then the foot came up.
Clued, do you look threatening right now?
I just look sad.
Do you look like you're going to keep on this attack?
Oh, wait, hang on, because I just wanted to mention that with Shield of Faith being a bonus action.
You do have your action, yes.
Yeah,
You also might not have a choice to continue this fight, depending on the arm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the arm definitely looks like it's trying to continue the fight.
well, you could always walk back. He still has functioning legs.
Well, the thing
But
is,
yeah,
it's not
okay.
his turn
What about-
currently.
Yeah, but I just wanted to go back and say that, yeah, it's got to hold that action to slash at anyone who's going to try and get closer here.
Just
I
point...
can drop my mace at any time, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I probably would have done that after I got shot in the fucking back.
Good, you're open, man.
I still have my shield. I'm good.
Your shield's trying to punch. But considering you drop your mace, they're not going to go for you. They are, however, going to go for the stabber. Like, there's one guy to keep you marked, but they're getting around the stabber dude, who looks very threatening and dangerous, and a little bit like these guys, which is why I changed his token. Yeah, at least two of the dudes are going to stab at Archimedes. Savage Spearing, there we go. 16 and an 8. Those both miss. There's one just holding you a spear point, Clued. What do you do?
I'm just gonna look at him and say, "Hey, man, I understand you have to, point weapons at me, but I quit. I'm just gonna disengage and just walk into the woods for a while to think."
Just a straight line. Away from his friends and allies. Yeah, unfortunately, you do take your bonus action punch.
Oh fuck! I hit a fucking bookmark. Fucking Chrome. Hold on.
Sit back, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, as you're saying that, you try to lamp the guy in the side of the head.
Also, it's not me that's doing this.
Is he going to believe that?
It's hard to explain.
I mean,
like-
in this situation, it's actually very easy, but also potentially dangerous. See, you take your normal arm and you point at the person holding the horrible skull staff.
You know, friends, what are they for?
You miss, and he's gonna take he tries to take a poke at you.
I don't think
I'll
he
put
put
him
me
at
down.
I'll put him at disadvantage because you're disengaged. It's a case of you swiped at him.
Yay!
Yeah, you get away, but he looks pissed off. It's like you tried to
Yeah.
sucker punch him.
Also, fuck you.
Sir Wilfred eyes it all, looks at you, Garen. I'm happy to de-escalate this. It was her man that did this.
And I fully agree with that.
You can promise that those two will stand down, then yes, it's perfectly fine and we can part here.
Yes, right? As I look between the two of them.
And of course, you just see the Void in Archimedes, but then you see the Void in Victina too.
Yeah.
Justina just points out, Garen, are you perfectly alright with them taking the troll against the troll's possible will?
Of course not, but I am also not about to start beating up these men. They technically not done anything wrong.
So then you are okay with the situation with the troll.
Tina, look around us. Look at the direction of the bolts in your back.
Look at the fact the rest of the party aren't coming in to help.
Yeah.
Here is my answer. And it depends on one thing, and I'm not saying this out loud. What is the staff offering?
Oh, the staff is offering everything.
Oh.
There's this beautiful spell called Circle of Death. It will be quite taxing to use it, but it's yours.
The only problem I see with that immediately is the fact that I've got some individuals in here I don't want dead.
But it's so much power.
But I don't want them dead, so what are you offering me that won't kill Garen or Clued, because I kind of need Clued.
That is an interesting weighing up of party members. Get back there, Clued, get back.
Can you blame me?
I must say it's touching with the part of that the only reason for why Clued isn't allowed to die is just I need him, and it would be sad if Garen died.
Yeah, she doesn't want Garen dead. She likes Garen. She needs Clued.
I need to double check this spell. It's a bit higher level than I'm used to using. But there might be something very nice here. Let's see. Wizards.
That's a problem. Oh dear. That tone is never good.
I just wanted 3 more squares, man. That's all I want.
Oh. It will be quite taxing indeed, but the old man can die in a second with Finger of Death. That's a 7th level spell.
Oh, she can obviously take that. Obviously, she can take that.
It's quite a few levels above her capability, yes.
But she's obviously very, very talented. She can do it.
Oh yes, it's pointing out that you have all the power you could need to do this.
Yeah, it's going for it.
Especially if you
also
think
point
about how to
out-
cast this safely.
I would also point out there is the Mathematic Careful spell.
She might not have that.
Mm,
She might not. Not sure if the staff has.
Well, the
I-
staff wouldn't do it.
well, I do have subtle spell. I have subtle
What?
spell.
Yeah, don't worry. The staff has another way for you to be fine in this. So do you agree?
She agrees.
You wait, you feel power move through you, but then it doesn't go to your hands. You look across to Clued, and the area around him is darkening with decay, lifelessness all around him. His armor is becoming tattered and rusted as you see his arm raise up and point at Wilfred. And he casts from his fingertips the Finger of Death.
Oh, wow.
Clued, you don't feel good for that.
No,
Because
no,
you dropped to 0 after doing it.
Good.
Also, your highest spell slots are gone.
Oh, I was just gonna use those for dispel
probably.
curse.
So-
Removing curse would have been useful about now.
71 necrotic damage on Wilfred, who doesn't make the save. No, he doesn't fail the save. He doesn't make the save.
Ooh.
As he just takes a moment to shrug his shoulders a bit, crack his neck. Well then, that's a complication.
Ah.
Oh, Victina certainly does not look like she's very thrilled with that statement at
Es-
all.
Especially now she feels a single stack of exhaustion fall upon her shoulders.
hmm
And you feel the aftershocks of channeling that much power. Luckily, not all of it through you. As Claude, falls to the fucking ground.
Also, do I not have armor anymore? So
Oh, you
AC,
do.
like,
It
8?
just looks horrible.
Okay. As long as it still works.
The arse has fallen out of your trousers, though.
Ah, good. It's like those cool night, like those.
And you know those
onesies.
little sweets you had in your pocket? Just to cheer yourself up?
Oh,
Covered in mold.
I guess I'll sleep in it.
So that was Victina's turn.
Well, now that she is aware, this is not a normal person, and she just goes, "Oh yeah, Toad's yours." She just starts backing the fuck up.
What about Archimedes?
Oh, she's calling Archimedes with her.
He disengages. You didn't. You can't.
I wasn't in space with anybody though.
One guy, yeah, in the corner.
No, I was here. I thought.
No, you were here by
Oh
Garen.
yeah, I was here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
There's
just going to
one
poke
guy.
at you. Because he can.
Yeah.
8. You're fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
So, we gotta take this moment here. After the Finger of Death ripped through the arm of Clued, and by the way, Clued, you can't see it right now. Everyone else can. Your arm, not the healthiest right now.
My friend, my only friend.
So, what's the reaction from the party right now? Victina
I
just
knew
tried.
she was bad.
It's now Blank's turn.
He feels vindicated as fuck right now.
Have a drink to celebrate.
Yeah, as I down another drink. But that's a problem for future Blank.
The problem is we don't have just one necromancer. Now probably two.
Because these
Whatever,
guys are a
guys.
threat.
To be fair, though, it was your necromancer that put Claude down.
They don't know that.
They did see that. They saw you channeling power, and it leapt to Claude, who then unleashed a horrible, massive beam of necrotic energy. Yeah, they saw that.
And we also saw the guy just shrug it off.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because these guys are shooting my friends, yes?
Also, the last time.
No, they only
someone
shot
shrugged
Victina
off
and
that
Claude.
The last time someone shrugged off that kind of energy in Necromancer. The one that's now crying and slowly
Well, they
dying.
shot
of
Claude, so yeah, I'm gonna try to claw this one.
So you're getting into the fight?
Yeah. Because
Avenge me.
I mean, Victina is backed off.
Yeah.
That's a problem for later.
I know.
Long-term
Get killed,
planning,
Mike.
not the strength of this party.
And burning for flurry. Yeah.
That one misses with 13.
Oh, the second one misses. All right.
So you're gonna go for flurry of blows for 2 more attacks?
Yep.
Go for it. That's a hit. For 6.
Who is going to get hit?
He's attacking the bandit in the...
All right.
Well, he's a
I'm
bandit
just seeing
token.
my friends.
He is bleeding. He bleeds.
Like a
Okay, so
normal person.
I know he's real.
Yeah, he's kind of whimpering. Crisari, this is a lot to digest. In 6 seconds, a lot has happened.
That's why Blank just went the normal cat route, bite and clawed everything. I'm confused and scared.
Wouldn't that been have you been going hide under the table?
Depends on the cat, really.
Yeah.
Seen it both ways.
Oh, man. A Tabaxi monk who puts a box on its head to go into a full rage mode.
Oh.
You just saw Victina channel a shit ton of horrendous magic and then pump it through Claude.
You can say that however you want.
And he's now on the ground. Not moving. Yes, you probably do pinch shoot the bridge of your nose.
I'm just looking at pictures of Traxagor to ease my mind.
Traxagor?
Yes, Traxagor.
Nope, don't know the
The
name.
Archmage who decided he would be better as a ferret or a weasel.
Oh, him, okay. I don't have that book yet.
He is a good boy.
I thought he was evil. As a wizard,
No,
you
he's
know?
actually good. I see people backing off, and then the cat did that.
It's almost like there's a lack of cohesion in the party.
Cat is scared.
Darren still has his hands up saying, let's all calm down here.
that was a crazy 6 seconds.
Bertram's just looking ready to just head back to the bar with you.
I trust in Garen, so I will not do anything hostile.
Oh.
Well then, do you do anything else? Do you say something? Move? Do you cast a support spell of any sort?
Don't really have much of those.
Well, it's just a case of you can do things that aren't hostile in this situation. You don't have to just end your turn.
I can't really think of what to do.
Speak. Say a few things.
Move away.
Maybe say,
You
like,
smoke the
I am
cat.
not involved here. Can we pick up our stupid friend?
And apologize for poor old playing.
I can't control the cat.
Cat is confused.
Let's grab Clued and go back in the inn.
Well, there's another point as well. Cat is currently confused. Someone could spell things out for him.
That is true. Blank. No. We're not fight time.
But they have.
You could cast
Yes,
You could cast Ray of Frost on like a spray bottle.
I could, but no. Just no. We're heading back inside. The situation has escalated, and now we're de-escalating it.
Okay.
We need to get Cloud. We need to make sure his arm doesn't become the only part of him that moves. And
Cool.
These guys
we need
disengage.
to sort things out.
On their turn, these guys look to Wilfred and then just move over to him. Still got their crossbows aimed at Victina. But not at any of you. Although one of them is shooting you glances blank, like you can see scrunched up eyes just saying, fuck you. Fucking cat, I'd take you any day. Bertram, you have also had an enlightening 6 seconds.
Yeah. Shit's complicated.
Actually, it's kind of simple.
I kinda wanna shoot the guy, but I know it's a bad idea. I
Yeah,
also
yeah.
want to knock Victina over the head with the bow. I kinda wanna let Clue die. On the other side, I do wanna heal him.
It's a bit harsh. It's not really his fault. Everything else was his fault, but not this particular moment.
Yeah.
Like the time he stabbed himself, totally his fault. He's too strong.
He's not in control.
About the only reason why Bertram wouldn't let Clue die is because he's still someone from Boarside.
And he's not actually that bad, come on. So what you doing, Birdie? Oh man, he should have been a Beastmaster, so his pet could be Ernie. He taught to talk, but all he can say is, "Hey, Bert."
I'm gonna slowly move over.
You have all the movement for that?
Dash.
No, you still got the movement for it. It's fine. Just measuring.
Yeah. I do have it. That's just 50 feet or something. 40.
Yeah, so you dash with 60. Gotcha.
And he's not gonna do much else. He'll keep the bow and the arrow, but aim it at the ground for now.
You get a closer look at his arm. It doesn't look like a half-orc's arm. It looks closer to an orc's arm. It's bulky. The talons are quite pronounced.
Ooh, it's like HGH.
The fingers look very
Oh.
powerful.
See, I made him better.
No!
Just the arm though, not Clued himself.
Just the arm. Clued himself is still swole, but not over-swole.
Yeah, alright.
If anything, he looks grayer. Paler.
Yeah,
I
but
did lose a lot of
let's
blood.
stay on the other side. Keep Clued between him and the arm.
Yeah. Also, as you get to that point, you realize that the ground underneath you, it's like someone has just been shoveling salt onto it for centuries. It's utterly dead. There is no life in this small circle around Clued.
Yeah, he did see the thing.
Well, it's one thing to
repeated.
feel it beneath your feet.
Yeah.
Garen!
Yeah, he is. It's
Let's de-escalate. Boom!
Deus Volt!
And then it doesn't even work.
yeah, he's just gonna try and shove his way past here and use the healing hands on the claw.
So
down
long
on
as
the
you put
ground,
down your
heal-
weapon, it looks like they're going to let you pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Use lay on hands for Clued. How many hit points?
Yeah. I'm gonna pump him for 20.
That's good.
I feel really good now.
Yeah, you're above half health.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
But I feel really good.
No, you're above half health now.
Oh, what's my max health? What's my new max health?
30.
Oh, that's really bad.
Yeah. Keep a note of what your actual max health is. You
Yeah, I'll
might get
just
it
say it's
back.
30.
Maybe not.
We'll
But
see.
you also have a stack of exhaustion on you.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah,
Ah,
Victina just fucking used you in a way that didn't feel good. You're very sore afterwards.
oh.
You know she did that to you as well.
Thanks, Garen. I'm gonna sit here for a minute.
You also may
Yeah.
now realize who was in control of your arm this entire time.
No. That's it. I'm gonna be mean.
Oh, said in such an adorable way. I'm gonna be mean. Yeah. Gonna push her over next time I see her. Gonna slap her books out of her hand.
Oh, Pebbles. Hey, Pebbles.
The mercenaries. Back up. Clued. You're now awake, alert. Ow. Also, put in a punch attack, but the strength on it is +6.
Ooh.
It's also still not under your control. As you look at your malformed monster arm.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah, he hasn't put in the... It doesn't roll, sure.
Punch.
But I like how you're able to do that. That's your only crit. So, I assume you stand up, or are you just going to sit there for a bit, take in what happened? You were used as a holy man, as a conduit for unholy necromantic energy.
Oh, I'll have to ask God about this.
Maybe another god, maybe a couple of gods. This is called, I need a conference call.
Yeah, second opinion.
I feel like there's a few people who might have this in their expertise.
Who got hit by the punch?
No,
Oh, no, I was just testing it.
Yeah. Do you do anything in your turn, Claude? Crying is a free action.
Ah. So I'll try to sit up, and just lean on my my good arm,
Yep.
and also scowl at Justina.
Yeah.
I could cast a spell at her. That might be funny.
Oh, good luck with that.
Ooh. I want to cast command on Viscatina to jump. I was gonna say
You
cry.
just in range, actually.
I was thinking of counterspell, but nah, let's give this a whirl.
Yeah, it's a wisdom save.
Yeah.
You jump.
Wow.
You jump you jump in a really unflattering way. And probably your noble's dress is not built for this either, so you make a real flummox of the landing.
Serves you right, but not quite. That rhymed.
No, this perfectly
my
makes
turn.
up for everything. It's done now. No grudge.
Or even.
Good. So we're done with this foolishness? You know what?
yes.
You know what? Go on inside, have a few drinks. It's on me. As he just tosses a coin purse at you, Garen. Feels heavy.
He doesn't pick it up. He just let it lay on the ground.
That's more than we got paid to kill the gnolls.
Victina, your turn. They're just waiting to enter the frog.
And then I have
Well, maybe it makes you Luigi jump. You just act like a human torpedo.
and
kill him
if he
from
could hit me, then that means if I use my meta magic, I am going to command him to come here.
Too many words.
Yeah, there's no wisdom
Just
save
come.
for you, Claude.
No, I would just say come. Yeah.
You do. Your next turn, you're going to move closer to her.
I'm gonna
So
I
I
need
can
to think of a word.
blank. Crisari is a very reasonable elf. Did any of that sink in?
Yeah, I'm gonna. She's leaving. I'm leaving.
Then we're out of initiative, and Claude, the first thing you do is walk right up to Victina.
As I'm walking, can I also shout command?
You may have more things to do today.
Okay.
I was actually pondering to end this and attack Victina.
You can attack Victina if you want, yeah. Luckily, we have this initiative tracker.
Yeah. Depending on what the others do.
Well, Blank's going
what-
with Crisari, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Yes.
So you two can move your tokens as you wish.
Alright.
We'll wait to see where Sorry goes.
There's a nice front door there. I will be going in it.
Just looking at the broken window, you know, you could jump through, but that's undignified.
I will wait and hold the door open.
I wish I wasn't was a battle master so I could make her drop.
We move further away. Bertram.
I mean, we're probably not going to get a better chance. From Victina.
I do feel like you know, as someone who just got used, you have my permission to fuck her up.
Well,
Yeah.
Clute is currently coming over to me, so I mean, you know.
They can
I'm
still
still on the
talk.
ground, I
They can still
understand.
converse.
Not yet.
Yeah, it's on his next turn.
Mhm.
Yeah. How close? $90 feet?
I didn't think it would go quite this way. I expected it would, but not quite. Certainly not this soon.
Yeah.
I had other things planned.
Oh no, another 5
Yep.
sessions?
There were other maps. Yeah, we're probably going to go another session. We're already 2 hours into this one.
Yeah.
Who knows, though? This might end right now.
He's gonna move.
I will stress that
Like
currently
here?
I am hiding behind Archimedes for a reason.
Yeah, but that's a straight shot at you right here.
Yeah. Sorry, but I can't let you keep the staff any longer. And I'm going to Hunter's mark her.
Okay.
What if it's
Go
not-
sideways?
What if it's not her fault?
And I'm going to shoot twice. Because more than
Roll a d6, Rena.
Oh no.
Archimedes gets in the way of the first arrow. Roll another. Well, no, the first arrow doesn't hit, does it? Because you got mage armor.
Yeah, with the mage armor, it would be because my armor class is 11.
it would still hit then.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's
Well-
+4 plus her dex, or 14 plus her dex. You
My
have
AC
2
becomes
dex.
3. I have 1 dex.
Nah, still hits you then. So yeah, both those fud into Archimedes, who stands in front of her, taking the hits. He's got the roll
Alright.
damage on him.
Is he hurt?
Yes.
Alright. Then the Giant Slayer triggers. And he takes quite a bit of damage.
Well, no, Giant Slayer only happens once.
Alright. But still, yeah.
15, 19 total.
Yeah.
Well, that just happened. But everyone saw Archimedes move in front of the arrows. They were going for Victina. Garen!
Oh,
Yeah, and we also
boy.
just saw what Victina did.
He just tried to and she will yell at him. He just tried to assassinate me.
The only thing Garen really can't do is just fucking run. And
I mean, he could have
Hmm.
done something to Bertram, try to convince him to put the bow down, talk things
I
out.
did yell out, I can't keep you. I can't let you keep the staff any longer.
And then you tried to shoot me. It's not non-lethal.
yeah,
You could've-
it's
He
basically
can heal you.
just basically
He
moving
can
in there
just
too.
down you, put the staff away, and then heal you. So,
Yeah, but theoretically, you could also accidentally kill her.
Oh no.
he could
That's
aim
basically
for your
why
legs.
Garen is moving in, because he also knows it now is the best time to try and get the staff away, but he needs to be near, so make sure that she doesn't die. At least trying to make sure that the situation doesn't escalate with her getting more hurt than necessary.
Well, Clued, you move as close as you can to her, and that's your turn.
Yeah, it's 60 feet with a dash, I believe.
Yep. But you can still talk.
I'm doing this against my will, which is now a familiar feeling, unfortunately.
Wilfred does you the decent thing of not watching, not viewing this at all.
Thanks, man, who I tried to shoot.
You've really got to learn to
Just
shut
get
up with
into
your
the code,
characters. Victina.
She is not at all happy, and she looks at Clued. And she points at Bertram. And just says, attack!
I'll say it's against my will this time, but
You cannot use command for that purpose.
Well, I mean, it's not directly dangerous to him, because it's not likely that Bertram's going to try to hurt him.
I disagree.
Yeah.
Okay, can I tell him to shove?
Yeah, shove's fine.
Okay.
Not Garen.
No, not Garen, Bertram.
I mean, there's another part of him that could do much more.
No, 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 no.
Oh, now it's bad.
You're quite injured right now. There's a simple way to deal with that.
And she's just gonna tell Archimedes to block any arrows.
The staff is still pointing out that it can't risk you being endangered. You're too valuable right now. You're too potent.
Right now, I have it under control.
Charisma save
At least I'm good at these.
with disadvantage.
Oh, you had to.
13 is not enough.
Oh, damn.
You had to say it.
You had to open your mouth and say it.
Things were going so well.
I
Yeah.
realized the second I said it, I'm like, I fucked up.
Let's see. Do I have this here one wired up correctly? Oh yeah, that's perfectly fine. There we go. Oh, it would be with advantage because of surprise factor. Clued, you watch as your hand reaches out for Garen, and you
Oh,
see
no.
these horrible sigils start to move around on your flesh, but you miss.
Garen, no, look out!
Although you still see that the magic is working on your hand right now.
She's going to quite helpfully tell Garen, I didn't do that one.
Only means that I need to get the staff away from you, lady.
Blank board.
Okay, sorry I didn't come.
Well, she can't move as fast as you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting by the door.
Okay. We're sorry.
Oh boy.
I feel like there's two different scenarios going on right now.
Victina, drop the staff.
When you say it, you realize most objects would have that kind of influence. You are not able to do that willingly.
I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm.
The good thing is, as long as the skin suit is blocking arrows, it's not doing anything else.
Bertram.
Going here.
There is a bit of a tree in the way.
Okay, here.
Yep.
And another 2 shots at Victina.
Basically the same rolls.
Yeah.
But with the added cover here, because there is Garen and then Archimedes in the way. The first one misses. Rena, a d6, please.
Alright, you didn't mention or something.
Well, I mean, it's right there in a straight line.
Is there an angle where I can shoot between them? Or here?
Well, I mean, Archimedes is still going to be in the way.
So there is no way to not move. Okay.
There's always going to be people in the way. Yeah, Archimedes takes the hit again, so you can roll your damage with Colossus Slayer, or Giant Slayer.
Right. Yeah, that was worse.
Garen.
Ugh.
Doesn't feel as good on the second turn of hunting her down.
Yeah, this time I'm just gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And deal with a skin sack suit, try and deal with the skin sack suit and hit it with a guiding bolt.
It hits.
Oh no.
That's not
Oh,
right.
no.
That's not right. Holy fuck, man! How'd you do that?
Wow.
No.
That is amazing.
Holy shit. Someone roll. What are the odds on that one? Not great.
Pretty high if you're Scotch, I guess. He does this all the fucking time.
That's
It's even his 5th one, because his other roll to attack was a 1.
five ones in a row.
Scotch, you get an inspiration for that?
Oh, how did I get an inspiration?
Because I think
To
you
do better.
need it.
You're inspired to do better.
You get one because I think you need it.
Can I
Holy
use
shit.
it to re-roll that?
No, it doesn't work on damage.
Yeah, no.
Holy shit, man, that is amazing. Round of applause, please, for the man who managed 4 ones in a row. You power up, it's the greatest big ball of divine energy. Going from your bicep itself, you flex as each muscle area carries the light to your fingers. And then you launch it, and it's just a fucking fart in the wind. It's a puff of light. Maybe it sizzled against Archimedes, you're not really sure, because there was just background noise of any level.
Go into the tavern, get a drink.
No, I need to get the staff.
Clued. You were told to go shove Bertram. Well, shove.
I will go shove Bertram.
Yep.
Hello, Bertram. I'm doing this against my will.
It's athletics with a +2. Because of your extra
Okay.
strength.
All right, so we'll just add it on. 22.
He pushes you to the floor. What a
Well,
jerk.
did you She didn't say shove to the ground or shove away.
I
just
was
said
just going for the
shove.
shoulder.
Yes, you can shove to push someone 5 feet away, Or
Yes.
to the ground.
But there's an additional intent behind the arm. It shoves you to the ground.
God damn it.
It's not quite that simple.
I will now spend my remaining movement to walk around in circles.
No, that's the end of your turn.
I will not walk in any circle.
Yep. No circles for you. No rotations. You evolve, you don't revolve.
I default, apparently.
Wilfred laughs a little bit. Victina, this looks very dangerous, and the staff whispers to you again. We could be
Well-
elsewhere. We need to get back to the hut.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
agree with this statement, but so I have a question. So technically, can I Misty Step and walk in the same turn?
It offers you a better option. It'll be a little taxing,
I'm aware of the options, but
but it
The
offers you
question-
Dimension Door.
I figured it would. Would it take Clued with me?
It would not take Clued, it would take Archimedes, of course. There is a limit to
Then-
the spell itself.
Yeah, I know. So I was wondering if there's a way I could get if it was gonna offer taking Clued with me, then that'd be one thing. But okay, so as I said, can I do my full movement and then Misty Step?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
But do you really need Clued with you?
Yes.
Just the arm.
Then there is an option.
Oh, what?
my god.
It can do this for you. If you really need it, it can take Clued with you. You just have to step into Archimedes.
That's a no.
You'll be safe, you'll be protected.
I don't trust you, staff.
I don't need you dead, I need you useful and learning. You guys are getting
Yeah.
one half of this conversation.
You're starting to question the staff now?
I've been questioning the staff this whole time.
Not very hard.
No, very hard. You are not understanding. All right, so as I said, one.
You'll be the greatest
Yeah.
armor you can wear.
Understand.
You're ignorant. You're all ignorant.
He'll protect you.
I'm not doing that. One.
Oh, you think you're not? Charisma save
fine.
at disadvantage.
Yeah.
You've been drawing on a little bit of the staff's power. It's kind of got a hold on you.
Oh.
12 is not enough.
Yep.
You watch as Archimedes swings his cape over her dramatically, and then he looks a little sexy. He's got a little bit of a shape to him now. As he then bolts it, running right past you, Garen, although you can still take an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, to get declued. This is going to be interesting. You hit. Victina, you don't feel a
Fucking
thing.
Smite.
You could
You
smite.
can smite, right?
He can.
Oh yeah.
No, he can't,
Okay.
actually. Not his turn.
Why not?
Yeah, it's just a reaction.
I'm not sure if that prevents a smite. Check.
It doesn't give you your full options when you're doing attack of opportunity, it's just you do it. You also can't usually make use of magical effects either. Or you know what I mean, like if a weapon's got it.
Yeah, with certain exceptions, though.
Yeah. Smite.
I might just
When
be
you hit
stealing
a creature
Clued.
with a melee weapon attack, you spend one slot. It's just there's no restriction as when. So I don't think it's being an attack of a big events.
Let's see here. Dum-dum. Here. I hate the way the index is listed out.
Oh, yes, Jeremy Crawford. The question. My friend was playing a paladin, he got attack opportunity and wanted to blast it with a smite. I said it's a reaction and only one melee attack. Not sure on the ruling, we let it go because it was a cool part of the story. The paladin's divine smite feature isn't limited to the paladin's turn. Its prerequisite is hitting a creature with a melee weapon attack.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just a shame, but
Damn.
Jaycraw often contradicts himself as well. You should look up his Shield Master issues. But yes, I'll allow a smite.
All right.
Fortunately, Archimedes was in quite condition. He is bloodied quite badly now.
Oh,
And
jeez.
Victina, around you, there is a flash of light, but you don't feel a thing. Although it does feel like velvet in here. It's a weird sensation. Because you don't really feel like you're moving with him. You just feel like you're standing still, and there's just all of this movement around you.
Huh.
However, Dimension Door. Clued. Give me a... let's see here. Give me a Charisma save.
Ooh, I should be good at those.
It is good enough for you to just yell out, "Oh shit."
Ah! Fucking die!
Right of initiative, because they're gone.
Okay.
Remember my wise words. Ah, shit.
See, the problem is, Clued, you yourself were not willing, but the arm was.
Ah, I knew he'd betray me one day.
Pretty much the moment
Yeah,
you got
he
him.
did. I've had control of him the whole time. Why do you
Yeah.
think he kept pestering Blankboard?
Now, see, the thing is, though, she picked up on it quickly as well, is while she decided on the actions of your arm, a lot of the times it went too far. Almost like there was enough her intellect at work.
Yep.
She just wanted to slap you around and be annoying.
Yeah.
But the problem is, you had a knife.
Ah.
All right. We
My
need
only
to get to the hut.
Blank. You can't get drinks yet.
Back off,
Yeah.
sir.
But I will note I never did anything to you. But we need to get to a certain point in the swamp. We need to stop her.
Then I suggest you start walking.
We need the frog now.
Your group has attacked my has attempted to attack me. I am not feeling well disputed. God. What's the fucking word?
She has attacked you.
Sir,
That doesn't help.
I'm not interested. Go chase after your little necromancer. I have other things to attend to.
Bertram shoots the frog to drive it off.
Well, here we go again.
Same old shit dog, just another day.
Jesus Christ. What alignment is Bertram? Because it's not anything good.
I think neutral?
Okay.
Yeah, neutral.
Wait, where'd Crisari go? Okay, she's up there because I would have followed her.
I just moved these down because we'll get to enjoy their immediate reactions too elsewhere.
He's finished the last of the drinks.
You shoot the toad.
Yeah.
Roll an attack.
What? It's a good thing I'm not here. I'm confused as fuck. Okay, I should mute my mic.
Well, he's decided if he can't have it, no one can.
How am I the problematic one?
You weren't.
You
Yeah.
weren't. Not this time. You were fine.
Yeah, you were perfectly fine the whole time. The only reason you seemed problematic was because I was making you problematic.
Oh, that's my excuse from now on then. It was Rena.
That's a hit. That's a hit. Roll damage.
Yeah, roll 20 dashed. And the thing is more, I don't think the guy is probably, the guy is probably not good either, so, yeah.
So you're attacking the frog.
The one thing I'm going to point
Yeah.
out is I did a shit ton of damage. And he just shrugged it off. I don't think we're doing anything to him.
Yeah, that's why I'm not shooting at him. Wait.
But you're shooting
That's
at his
me.
ride.
And he'll definitely not attack you as a result of this.
Like the frog.
Question mark? Actually, you know what? We'll take a moment here. I'm going to go refill my drink.
Alright.
We'll just have a little moment here.
It's just a six.
Is Garen going to try to stop him?
I'm too far away.
Well, technically, you guys weren't moving there in initiative.
Well, let's say you see me drawing an arrow at the frog. What are your reactions? You could maybe talk me
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, probably gotta go think this over. Or at least use it as a bargaining. Like, let us ride with the frog. Or you shoot it.
Alright, holding the arrow.
Oh,
I mean,
we
the
gotta
frog
see
is
if
definitely innocent, right? The frog has done nothing bad.
Yeah.
The chances are they're gonna want to go after the troll first.
Get a
Yeah.
timeshare on a magic frog.
We're still probably, even if we make the stop at the troll, we're probably still faster if we travel together. If we make a stop.
I don't know. Their firepower might be nice. I don't know what that staff can do.
right now we're at the point where which is the thing we're going to try to avoid the most? A horrific necromantic staff about to do unspeakable amount of damage, or one troll who is about to have a very miserable time.
Yeah, I don't. The troll is not really. That one doesn't even know they're going for the troll. He just knows they need the toad to get to the hut as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I know what Clute is going to be doing.
Yeah, I don't. I have no idea.
You're going to be healing Vistina.
Oh, yeah, I can do a lot of that. Oh, you did steal my best spells, unfortunately.
Yeah. She's hurting, so you're going to be her personal heal bot.
But he can't restore the exhaustion, I think.
No, he cannot.
Which is exactly why we need to do it now. With the biggest spell slots out and the exhaustion stacks.
I mean, you can at least get there before exhaustion, before a long rest is over. It's just it might take a few hours, and also in the swamp you might take damage. Frog is good.
Yeah.
And I'm back in play. How about the rest of you all?
I'm going to point out I'm ordering Clute to heal me.
Yeah.
We'll get to
I
your
did
turn
give
soon
the-
enough, don't
give
you worry.
The others a chance
Okay.
to talk, to say something while I'm drawing the arrow at the frog.
Why are you going to shoot the frog?
Yeah,
Well, I
not,
see you drawing. Well, is your
Not-
intent clear to shoot the frog?
Yes. He has to draw a bow and knock an arrow and shit.
yeah,
Why are you attempting to shoot the frog?
Yeah. We need the frog. We can
We
travel
do need
together
the
on
frog. We do need the frog, but if you shoot the frog, likely the frog won't want to take us anywhere.
Yes. But
You
Why not
proved her
ask
point.
them?
Well done, sir.
So why not ask them nicely if we can go to our target afterwards? After we've dropped them off to do their business, we go to do our business.
does that sound reasonable?
Now, the issue is he has already said he wants nothing to do with you lot for very good reason.
Yeah. He doesn't look like he wants us.
You also do remember the size of a room.
Yeah.
I mean, if you manage to kill some of his minions, maybe there's room, but at the moment, oh boy.
And there's also the thing we don't actually know the way. Only the frog knows.
No, you reached the hut on foot.
Yeah, we reached the hut on foot.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
We
just the
did.
troll we don't know.
Yeah.
how far away is it?
A couple of hours tromp, but then also Victina will be making that too. Dimension Door is a long-range spell, but not that long-range. She's not at the hut.
Yeah.
And she would actually.
Well, I mean, you guys have better odds of being able to track her through the swamp. You have ranger skills and shit.
Actually, if she travels inside the.
Actually,
Clued also
also
has
a
to do it, and he's exhausted. And we could bank on it that the undead thing can't transport both of them.
You've also got the feeling that, Clued would not be fully willing in this.
Yeah.
Or maybe. We don't know what he's into. Apart from
I'm
not
very
praying.
upset.
He did seem upset, yes.
Positively outraged.
Also, maybe not a good idea to just attack everything you come across.
Yeah.
Does Krasari's suggestion get to you, Bertram? Do you relax the bowstring?
Yeah. He doesn't like it. He still wants to shoot the guy in the face. But it's...
We have other matters.
Yeah. It's not the most urgent problem. And I was thinking about we can't get to the hut. That we can actually get there does change a lot.
Yeah. You know the path, and it will be easier to get there.
Yeah. We would be definitely there before her with the frog.
You're not sure, actually.
But
Time did pass inside the frog.
option.
You're not sure, actually. It is fast to get around the frog, but time did pass when you were in it. You may go by scenic routes.
True.
There is also the fact that, he is currently just waiting in solid ground with no issue.
Yeah.
Like it's water, so, wizard shit.
Yeah.
Can I take us out of initiative?
Yeah, it's too bad that because I could cast Find Steed, but I don't think all four of us are going to fit on a magical horse.
I mean, certainly not, but Blank could carry someone.
I could, but
But then I look at his strength stat and know he could not.
yeah,
Krasari, maybe.
Right? No, I have a 1. Okay.
Bertram might be able to carry someone. He does.
Yeah, but he doesn't go extra fast.
True.
That's Blank's
yeah,
main benefit. He's fast.
Yeah, I mean, if we do that, I could use 10 minutes to cast Steed, Find Steed. Me and Bertrand can ride together, and Blank can carry Chrysaris and run.
All right.
So
Or you can
Meanwhile-
carry Garen.
Yeah, meanwhile we jump the scene to Clued and Victina. You're in the swamp. Victina, you step free of Archimedes. You feel very comfortable for a moment, then the air starts to get around you. It feels a bit unpleasant now. You do notice, though, you didn't survive fully intact. Any, extraneous bit on the outfit, like your frilled cuffs or your cravat, they were eaten away.
Oh,
So you look a little scuffed up, but, the rest of you is fine.
I'll have to fix that.
You look like shit, bitch.
She just gives him a look and just says, "Heal."
Yeah, I will, but fuck you.
Yeah,
That's rude.
First he
I'm the
sits-
heel bitch now.
First he sits down, then you cast command on him again to heal. He sits down again, he doesn't quite understand. To spell it out to him. So, your current
So-
situation is a bit of an issue.
Oh yeah, she's not thrilled at all. So where's my healing spell?
Oh, I have to actually cast it. I forgot about
You're
that.
only able to channel level 1 for her.
Excellent. Oh, oops! I cast the wrong spell.
And then she's gonna pause. Heal.
No, you can't milk him for this.
I only have 2
Aww.
more slots.
I was hoping to use all of them. Fuck off.
But I hurt.
No, there's already enough reluctance there. Like,
Oh.
command still isn't a full charm effect.
Oh yeah, I also with the way command works, couldn't I just heal myself and still have done the thing?
Yeah.
Well, maybe I will.
Too late.
Fuck it, I'll heal
Wait,
myself anyway. Can I still do that? I mean, I have free will.
Yeah. She wouldn't object to it.
Oh, can I cast level 2 on myself though?
Yeah.
Excellent. I'll do that.
Why couldn't you have done that with me? And she'll
You
say
can-
that out loud.
You can re-roll one of those d8s.
Oh yeah, I'll reroll the 3. Excellent.
There you go.
30 health. Yeah.
And she
You're-
just tilts her head. Why wouldn't you do that with me?
Well, you didn't say cast cure wounds in a better way than you usually
Pan, think about this now. You have a lot you could say here, but it's quite justified.
do.
I wouldn't spoil this moment.
Would you kindly heal me more properly?
No one has ever called me kind.
Well, I just did.
No, you didn't.
Okay, you're kind. And as
Fuck
a
you.
kind person, would you heal me?
I'm gonna go pray in the corner to God about how terrible this fucking bullshit is.
So she just looks at Archimedes and just says, "Archimedes, please carry me."
And he
And then
does.
she looks at Clued and says, "Come." And I gesture for Archimedes to start going for the necromancer's hut.
Can I just like I just want to walk. You know the Ministry of Silly Walks, classic Monty Python.
Just want to make a dick out of yourself? Sure.
Yeah, it'd be as slow as possible.
You could do a toddler thing. You just go limp.
You have to drag me, Archimedes.
No. See, here's the thing, and then your arm is just gonna go and try to pick you up by the hair.
No, the arm
Make
will
walk
claw him
straight.
across the ground. It's not going to bother with that. It's strong enough to pull him now.
Well, it's
Still
gonna be
need-
easy to fight the tracks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although, is it? Because like I said, Victina, right now you feel very comfortable. Even in the swamp. Claude, you don't. It is cold here. It's dark, too. The sun was just coming up. I mean, it was a cloudy day. It wasn't that bright, but it wasn't nighttime like it currently seems to be. It's darkness around you as you take in your surroundings. The mud beneath you is dry. It cracks. You just feel your arm punch through it with ease each time. There are worn out stone monuments around you. Chunks of earth that have been subsumed and being pulled down. Victina, you have a feeling you know where you are. You're not in the normal material plane. You're not fully out of it. But you just feel a wave of darkness. A bitter cold that actually just feels right to you.
Oh, now I won't know what you're doing.
Have you considered that you're terribly evil?
No, I am not terribly evil. The
She's
staff is
effectively
terribly
evil.
Well, she is saying the staff is terribly evil. I am not. Now,
Oh yeah.
do you want to have your arm fixed?
This is kind of cool.
Well,
You fucking idiot!
let me rephrase that. I'm perfectly fine with leaving you the extra powerful arm. I more mean, would you like to have control over it again?
A weighted question. Not having to think is very nice.
What the fuck? This is meant to be your whole reason for being annoyed at her.
She looks utterly perplexed.
You didn't count on the fact he's a fucking idiot.
The worst minion.
He's not useful when he's cooperative or uncooperative.
That's my superpower. I can never be kidnapped.
As they're traversing, she just kind of pauses and goes, "Okay. Just to clarify, are you saying you want me to control your arm for the rest of your life?"
Is there a paycheck involved?
I mean, I'm sure I could pay you. I mean, if you really want.
Can I still do God shit?
You'd have to ask your god.
Okay, I'll ask him.
Go for it, buddy. I wasn't getting much use out of you.
I feel like I shouldn't go to the side of evil, but
I never said you're going to go to the side of evil. I don't want you to do evil things.
like murder random people?
No, I don't want to murder random people.
You
No!
just tried to murder a random person.
She does a face bump. That's not random. That was quite deliberate. They're also not. Did you not? Oh, well, you passed out. Never mind.
Yeah, you kind of
Alright.
almost killed him with that, yes.
Point is, you just used a massive amount of energy on him. And it didn't even make him blink.
Let's see, where's the party here?
This is a problem. He is a very bad man. He is a very dangerous man. There was a very good reason to be attacking them. The only reason we backed off is because I didn't want to die. I assume you did not want to die. Am I correct in this?
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Correct. So there was a very good reason to go after a very bad man. But the situation called for prudence, therefore we used it. And we used it to escape, considering our lovely little friend there was determined to kill me by shooting me and filling me full of arrows.
It did hurt, actually. Fuck that guy.
Now, I will point out, I did not tell you to do that to Garen. I disagreed with that.
I like Garen. I wonder if he would want me doing evil things.
No, he would not want you doing evil things. I do not want you doing evil things. There is no... I am not asking you for evil things.
He's just
I'm just
too
asking for-
dumb.
So you're saying intentional manslaughter is not the same as murder?
And they continue this conversation as they walk deeper into the Shadowfell. Neither of them able to notice the rising noise. Meanwhile, we jump to the other party.
The actual party?
Garen, I'm afraid to say that something has gone wrong with your spell.
Oh no.
When you cast it, you conjure up in your image a proud, like, draft horse. Powerful, noble, beautiful. Instead, you get Stink Cow.
I'll take it.
It's just a horse. You don't get the Death Ray. You don't get the club. But when you conjure it up, it does feel like the spell is being pulled out of your control. This is not just a substitute for token. You specifically have a Ketobal Pass to ride on.
Yeah.
On the bright side, despite mounting it up, it takes your commands. It seems perfectly fine for stomping around in the swamp.
And that's all we gotta need.
Yep.
Just out of curiosity, how much bigger is the Ketopal Pass?
It's just, like I said, it's just serving as your mount. It's the same as the step, as a normal horse.
It's not longer or bigger.
Well, you know what, why not? You can have it longer. There you go.
Alright, everyone else, mount up.
On the neck. Specifically on the vertebrae, it's very gentle.
Can it carry us all?
No.
Yeah.
By rules, a mount can only carry one person, but I'm fine flexing it for two.
Okay.
You're not going into battle on it.
Horses generally do.
Mm-hmm.
They're not like a moped. They do actually have space for another passenger.
I guess Krusari gets the ride.
No, you are, because Krasari is lighter than you. So, Blank is going to carry Krasari.
If she wants, she could just walk.
All right.
Well, it's more to take advantage of the speed.
Yeah. But you guys know where you're going in the swamp at this point.
Yeah.
Until it just starts to change for you. You know the path. You went through this. I mean, it wasn't really a path, but you're a ranger. Blank is a natural kind of cat as well. You have a sense of where you're going. But it just stops equaling what your memory was. Again, it gets biting cold. The cloud cover seems to have gotten so much thicker now. It was dimming the sun, but now it just seems to be gone. It feels like you're in the dead of night.
Okay. That is not good.
And, as the others might be used to, Kasari and Blank, you two also feel like you're in the dead of night in a way you haven't experienced before. Well, actually, Blank. Come to think of it, Blank and Kasari have. It's the same kind of enthralling darkness. It just seems to get rid of your dark vision. The same was happening for you, Victina.
Fuck.
But these two have experienced before. During one night in Frest. Where you are, though, is still swampland, although it looks long dead. Your Kotobel Pass stops making those sucking weird sounds, a sploosh, as it walks across the water because it's all dried. It's just towing through a congealed, dusty mass. The ground below it cracks, splits. You do see out in the distance, strangely like illuminated, overly large sort of tomb edifices, you know. Epitaph stones, vaults, sepulchres, with torchlight. But far in the distance, up on hills where you know there was flat swampland. It don't feel like you're in the same neighborhood now. Bit more travel now. You also hear a building noise. But it's distant but compelling. You do find yourselves turning to go to that way, but it also feels right, like you're going to where the necromancer's hut is. Feels right. Feels like you're going the right way. But you're getting too many signals that it is the right way. It's not just your own intuition. You feel there is a guiding force here. You also hear a strange sound. It's a tough one to identify. Because maybe Bertram has heard it once. Maybe Blank. Something is retching, large and deep. There's a slap and clatter of various bodies. Blasted thing, why? The whole trip it was meant to be. I want a refund at least.
Oh.
In the distance as they strike their torches,
Oh.
you can see Wilfred and his entourage. You are currently still smothered in darkness, but I'm just letting you guys see your tokens.
Yeah.
But you also know this wasn't the way to the troll.
Okay. The frog is nowhere to be seen.
The frog's basically what you're imagining is it chucked them and then left.
Okay.
Oh.
This is a bit of a situation.
Yes, and we're going to jump to one more situation to leave off on the cliffhanger.
Oh, good, because I was about to say
Yeah.
that I need to get up to jump off soon because I do have the christening of my friend's child tomorrow.
Yes. Personal details,
fine.
whatever. It's fine, man.
Yeah, she has happiest day of their life, whatever.
No, you can still go. Like, it's still finish off.
But yeah, we jump to Victina and Clued, who are a bit further ahead than you guys. You can see.
I'm going to also mention: is Clued smart enough to realize when somebody's flirting with him?
I don't think it's ever happened before.
I mean, yeah.
She would be trying. She is currently aware she very much needs an ally right now, so she would be flirting with him as they're going.
I gotta ask God about abstinence.
I don't know, you might be into a slightly roughed up noblewoman. With no pulse.
And that is the only kind of noblewoman he could ever get. It's just the only chance. This is true.
This poor Scotch is about to die.
But yeah, the two of you, and Archimedes, although he's not really taking in the scenery as much as you guys are, the sound has been growing now, and it is just a deafening, solid mass of wailing, of screams, of pleading, begging, and you start to see the source of it far ahead, modeled by so many little bumps and obstacles. You can see a wild, flashing, bright light leeching up into the sky. But then you start to see what those obstacles are as you move among them. They are standing humanoid figures, screaming and crying up at the sky, all of them in unison. As you get closer to them, their features, fingers, scars, tattoos, they start to look as if they're eroded, rubbed away. Fingers start to combine together, withdrawing into the hand. Jaws start to distend further, legs sinking down into the ground. And that's where we're leaving the session off.
Not evil
As
at
you
all.
walk among them. So we're going to have another session of Boarside Bunch.
This is getting to be almost as long as the Saltmarsh side story.
Yeah. Well, that is meant to be a campaign. This was meant to be a 1 or 2 shot.
Yeah, it's been 5 sessions now.
But you
And
see,
it's worse because we've now split the party.
Literally, in the most essential way.
I had to throw in a bit extra because the story is just about this love story with a troll, and you guys are reluctant to do that. So I had to throw in something, or the session just ends. But also, this is part of Boarside, which means it is part of Raxus.
Yep.
Plot points may be coming up.
I thought by now I would have a new Boarside character.
I mean, I'm surprised you don't yet.
Clued is he's gonna pull through. He's gonna be okay.
Clued is just accepting of any way or faith. He was just asked if he wanted to be a cleric once. He said yes. He was also asked if he wanted a donut. He said yes. He also asked, can you help me move this box? Yes.
And that was a good day.
Do you want to be evil? Yes. Just no one ever asked him that before.
He never said, hey, does the cleric want to be evil? I wonder what the chances are. Oh, they're 100%.
And now Victina is finding that out of, do I look pretty? Yes. Do my eyes look pretty? Yes. Does my hair look nice? Sure.
There are limits to how much I want to say yes to.
Do you want to lose your other arm?
Do I look fat in this dress? Yes.
Will you serve me in the eternal in eternal slumber?
That sounds like a good nap.
Okay, I got permission.
You know what, Pan? You've got inspiration for next go.
Yeah.
Just on the fact that you're just so on board with anything, despite the fact she has been ruining your entire existence for the last day.
It wasn't going great for Claude before this adventure.
It was going fine. He wasn't stabbing himself.
No, that was definitely the downside of the whole.
Caused
But
by
now I'm fucking
her.
ripped.
But now a noblewoman is flirting with him. He's moving up in
After
the
she
world.
sucked him dry.
Yeah, you almost killed
Well,
him.
I mean, she might. If the flirtation go any further, she might suck her dry in more than one way.
I was about to
I
say,
can't
I'm like,
lose that to the magic.
Now she can say, I'll finger you in a pleasant way. But for now, the session is over, and fuck's sake, we'll probably be back next week then.